Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of SNTR Gaming News, and today we're talking New World with the coin selling and the exploits. What have they done about it? There was a lot of patch notes. There were a lot of things that they changed. If you like these talk show style videos, this is a live broadcast, so if you miss it, it's a pretty long video, and I do a short segment right here at the start if it's what you're looking for and what you clicked for. This is an SNTR update. New World continues to struggle with coin selling, exploits, bugs, people breaking the rules, and they recently had to take the game down for maintenance. After reinstituting selling and wealth transfer, they pushed out a patch. I want to talk about what they're doing with the coin selling, how they addressed it. Then I want to talk about why does this matter and what are we going to do going forward. If you like these video game updates, be sure to click subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my uploads. So they had this to say about coin sellers and exploits on their websites. We know many of you have seen the pesky chat messages from players spamming messages, and we are continuing to investigate solutions to this issue. We discovered that many coin sellers were creating new characters and transferring money to other accounts. To combat this, we have done the following. So they have like a list of things that they have done. Banned and suspended many of the reported accounts. Thank you for your reports and player spamming chat. Adding restrictions to prevent player-to-player trading and currency transfer from characters under level 10 or whose account is less than 72 hours old. Logging in after your account is 72 hours old will enable your ability to trade and transfer currency once you've hit level 10. They redistributed coin value from some early quests to later in the main story questline, keeping the total amounts of coin earned the same, just delivered in quests slightly later. So they're taking that sort of front end and thinning it out to prevent some of the bots and some of the coin generating that people were doing in order to have coin to sell. They said that the trading post usage will be restricted until new characters accept the introduction to trading post quests in their first settlement. We will monitor the impact of this on bots and the health of the game and continue to adjust as necessary. So this is good news because people were continuing to say, listen, man, these bots are ridiculous. The way that they just spam the chat, it's just out of control. It's really annoying. I'm glad to see this. Now, they had this to say about exploits. They fixed a bug where players were able to duplicate items via storage sheds and the crafting stations. We fixed the issue of gold duplicating on territory projects that we introduced by disabling trading and made sure it would not occur in the future should we need to disable trading again. So if there are instances where they're going to have to disable trading because duplication's going on, people will not be able to take advantage with basically what they were doing is just scheduling an upgrade for their territory or their settlement, They would schedule the upgrade and then they would cancel it. And since there was no wealth transfer, none of their money actually went toward the upgrade, but it gave them money back as if it had. So that exploit won't work the next time they have to do this. Now, why does this matter? Obviously, the dialogue and the narrative about New World continues to kind of shift from it's broken, it's bad, it's dying, whatever. I mean, my server still has queue times in the evenings and the player numbers look very healthy. However, the long-term plan here is going to be tough if they can't iron out some of these problems. I'm more interested in the ongoing content plan. What are they going to be doing? What are they going to be doing in November, December, January, and so forth? Right now, they're just primarily focusing on putting out fires. So my concern is that they never really get out of the woods. There's too many problems. Now, we're going to try and do some short updates for the updates channel about the litany of things that they addressed with the fact about being client authoritative and how they're not, and with how all the different things are working in the game, both the economy, territory, and all of that. We didn't want to overwhelm the talk show on the live stream with that, so if you're on the updates channel, we're going to try and put together a bunch of short videos about all those things. So hopefully going forward, they can iron these things out so the real true content deliverables and add-ons and new stuff can start to either be talked about or added to the game. As always, if you like these update videos, hit subscribe and the bell button, and I'll see you in the next one. And I will see everybody here in the chat right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Hopefully you are having a great Friday. We had a great Thursday, so we are very, very pleased to see you. Hopefully you've come back. Maybe after yesterday you decided to hit the subscribe button, decided to come back today. Tyler coming in and doing a membership. That's a brand new one. Thank you, Tyler. Enjoy your dope badge and emotes. You are dope and deserve dope stuff. So thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you to all of the existing and ongoing members very, very much. We had 13 coffee orders yesterday. That is another great way to support the channel. Ordering the coffee, becoming a member, all of those things are a great way to support what we do here. So get those orders in if you'd like. Also smash the like button, go through your morning ritual. Go through your morning ritual of coming in, saying good morning, and then smashing that like button, get us our first 100 likes. We are covering a lot of different things today. I was tempted to lead with Elden Ring, but we're always scared to do that when we have a hot day and a hot topic, and then we immediately try to cover it again. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Elden Ring before we jump into Dark Souls when we do From Friday. We also want to make sure and give you my thoughts on Lost Ark and play some more Lost Ark. So that is what we'll be doing. Jesse coming in with a membership. Sanji coming in with a membership. Thank you so much, man. That's 3 members right off the rip. What is going on? Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You guys are dope and deserve dope stuff. Yeah, remember to switch to live chat as well. What happened to the gift? Out of order? Maybe? Yeah, what happened to the gift? Did it get deleted? Is it not working? Yeah, sometimes gifts just don't work in the Discord. No, that one's working. I don't know. Did somebody delete it? It said it was deleted. I don't know who deleted it, but yeah, it was deleted. Not by me. Yo, what's good, Christina? Fazimoto with a $5 tip. Picked up the electric shaver you recommended the other day, but forgot to use the affiliate link. Thanks for the recommend. Seemed like a good buy. No problem. Fozzie, if you had recently clicked the affiliate link, it gives me credit. I think it saves it for I don't even know. It saves it for a certain amount of days. Good morning, Mikey and Dusty. Arch Enigma, how are you? Good morning, Legend Status and Zubair. Steam Crow says foul tarnished. Oh man, that Elden Ring, that was good, wasn't it? I'm telling you, I almost led with it today, but we were New World's been good to us. The New World audience has been good to us. They just pushed out a bunch of updates and patches and stuff, so we thought, no, we need to make sure and dip our toe into New World, and also make sure and dip our toe into Lost Ark. The way that Lost Ark went yesterday, the stream got better and better as I played. It started out a little rocky. I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I had a really good feeling about this game, but man, the controls are wild. And then come to find out, I was practicing with probably the hardest starting class. So it got a lot better when I wasn't doing that, and when I just embraced doing mouse and keyboard. And when I started binding weapons to my mouse, as opposed to trying to use controller or all the keys on the keyboard, right? Smash that like button. That's right, man. Get us those first 100 likes. We only need 13 more. Welcome in. If you're new or returning, thank you so much. We cover a lot of different games here. So yesterday we covered the Elden Ring trailer. We played some Lost Ark. And then today we are covering New World and the recent update, patches, exploits, gold selling. New World exploits, New World coin selling is becoming a pretty big problem, and they're making moves to rectify that. Yeah, we just got those yesterday, Quiet Shy Girl. Pick your team if you want to represent your team in chat. We have the 3 coffee colors. Thank you, the 7 Dova, another member this morning. 4 members already. We are really trying to push to 400 members over here. We have about 500 and some odd members over on Presents, and we would really like to get a similar amount over here. That would be really, really great. because the membership over there will probably slowly decline, even though we're putting content over there. We really appreciate all the support yesterday for the Say No to Rage story. It was an episode about the Destiny community. Next week, I'm going to have to focus on Destiny 2 and what happened with that game. So, Jesse says Dark Roast all the way. There you go. Yeah. Represent your team in chat, man. Represent your team in chat. And for those of you that don't know, we have our own coffee. It's mine. You're not buying it from a sponsor. You're buying it from me. My wife and kiddos bag it and ship it. The 3 colors, the dark roast, the light roast, and the Frickmas blend. My wife says she still can't pick between the two, between the Frickmas and the dark. So use that coffee command. She printed 13 labels last night, so you guys we ship it to you faster than probably anybody on planet Earth. So, all right, there we go. Do you ship to Australia? I believe we can. I'm gonna fair warn you that shipping outside of the U.S. is crazy right now. You know, it's crazy. I'm glad there wasn't any major outcry or backlash. Well, I told Creature and I told my wife before the video hit, I said there's going to be one of 2 choices that they make. They either tell everybody to stay totally silent, because I think in their mind, in a month, it won't matter, you know, which I got news for them. There's a lot of more episodes, so that's not necessarily true. It's not just going to go away. But I think that's the strategy. If we talk about it, if we subtweet about it, it's just going to drive a bunch of people to go watch it. They're going to be like, huh? What? And they don't want anybody to see that video. They really don't. They don't want anybody in their audience to see that video, because a lot of their audience members would be like, I kind of remember that, like, you know, and they'd kind of want some answers for the nonsense that, you know, went on in the background. Yo, what's good, feed? I told my wife, I told Creature, I said, they're either going to stay totally silent because they don't want to drive any attention to it. I said, or they'll just say something dismissive, like, yeah, he just, you know, he's just desperate and back to doing whatever, you know, lying or whatever. But if I put my chips on the table, I was betting that they were going to say literally nothing. I was like, they're not going to say anything. They don't want to draw any attention at all to what I have to say. And they probably aren't even watching the video. They're probably not even going to watch it. But they know what I know. They know what I was around for. So, yeah. The support yesterday was great. The video did really, really well. And we're gaining subs on that channel for like the first time in ages. I don't understand why. We've gained like 30-something subs over there. I'm like, what is going on? I expected the exact opposite to happen. I thought people were going to unsub after that video. I've been watching the episodes. It's good listen, and it's done very well and tasteful. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate we've gotten a couple people that have said that, you know, hey, I feel like you're handling this really well because it's delicate. So I appreciate that. We're probably not going to be able to jump into any gameplay of New World today, but that's okay. If you missed our run-through of the Dynasty Shipyard, yesterday, no, 2 days ago. FYI on mobile, these 2 button links are hard to read. Yeah, he's having to go through and clean up. Some of those buttons are being real weird. Some of those buttons are being super weird. I want more drama. Just make stuff up. Give me fireworks. Due to meetings, I was not able to watch the whole thing live yesterday, but I'm so glad I did afterwards. The ending of the live AMA was so powerful and inspiring. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Got my Dark Roast and Frickmas blends in last night. The Dark Roast is on point. Thank you very much, Vengeance. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. What did Fozzie say that you're agreeing with? What did Fozzie? I'm trying to find it. The global trading post is huge. And then he said, it definitely is. They try to put some pain on navigating the world with the way it was set up, but they're listening to the players. Yeah, I love the fact that they said all of the trade houses are linked now. Like, that's such a great change. You know? Such a great change. what are they gonna do? Call you a liar? You know, Zubair, like, do you see how easy it would have been for me to play that card? Like, if you're gonna call me a liar, well, then I could have just put the pedal to the floor and just made up a ton of crazy nonsense. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I could be like, I heard this, I heard this, I heard this. I could just make up a bunch of crap. You're gonna call me a liar anyway. I might as well swing for the fences, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, the stories I told yesterday, they're so plain and boring. They're not even that interesting. Like, I honestly thought people were gonna be disappointed in the video, and they'd be like, that wasn't that big of a deal, you know? I think it's a big deal. But I honestly thought people were gonna walk away from that video and be like, that wasn't that spicy, you know? The stories I told were pretty boring. There wasn't any crazy moments. With trade houses being linked, will that impact economies? Well, here's the thing. It cuts both ways, Ashen. So think of it from this perspective. What about O'Charlie's? No, it wasn't O'Charlie's. It was Charlie's Steakhouse. That's what he was talking about, because we were all there one night, all the content creators. It'll happen. It'll do two things, Ashen. Let's say there's a location and it's super easy for you to get red flowers. Let's just say it's really easy for you to get red flowers, and it's really hard to get those red flowers anywhere else. Well, right now what people do is they go collect them and then try to take them to a local economy where they're not in abundance, and they try to sell them. Well, now they can just sell them at that location, and anybody in the world can buy them. So anybody that's not at that location and not having an easy time getting the red flowers will be willing to pay a good price. So it should drive some of those price values up. Now, somebody might say the opposite. They're like, no, it's going to drive the price value down because the availability will be easier. So people will be less willing to spend money. I don't necessarily know if that's true, because think about it. If I'm in Windsward and some guy over on the East Coast is farming something that I really need, and he's farming for it super quickly, okay, and he puts it at a pretty good price in the trade house, I'm gonna be glad for the efficiency that I don't have to go anywhere, right? I'm paying for the convenience. I'm like, I'm here in Windsward. I just need this thing. Think of how many times I'm trying to do the town board, and I need an egg or one other thing, and I can't get it. I'm like, okay, I guess I won't do this town board, right? Guess I won't do it. And then this should alleviate that problem. There's almost always an egg or a sausage or whatever somewhere, right? So it's like, I think the prices they're not going to go up or down. I feel like they're kind of stabilize. The prices will go down with global access as sellers will fight each other for sale. Well, they're going to have to think about that too, but I don't necessarily know. You can drive the price down only so far, because eventually it's more expensive to list it. You also have to consider some of these items are just going to devalue with their abundance, like the wood in the game, green wood. There's always a sausage somewhere. True. I added a lot more trues. High premium will go down. High premiums will go down. They probably will. If you're farming something in an area and there's an abundance of it, your price is crap. But now you can sell it anywhere and it will be at a higher price. But reverse is true. It should stabilize the prices. That's what I'm saying. Some will come down, some will go up. I think the prices of items are generally going to stabilize because you're not in this weird position of like, oh, I need an egg, and there's no eggs in the place that you are, you're going to be more willing to spend a reasonable price on that egg, right? If I'm in Windsward and I need an egg, and there's an abundance of them, because the place that we were at the other day, what's it called? The place out there that everybody said was so pretty, out there where, where the Dynasty Shipyard was. That location, I was getting eggs hand over fist, because every time you kill those guys, like every second or third bird I was killing was dropping an egg, okay? So, if there are guys out there farming those eggs and selling them, they're going to get more reasonable, payment, because the guys in Windsward don't have to fast travel to go get eggs. They're like, yeah, it's cheaper to pay you, Ebonscale Reach, thank you. When I'm in Ebonscale Reach, if I'm in Ebonscale Reach just farming for eggs, it's cheaper for you to buy them from me than to waste your Azoth. Azoth becomes almost as valuable as gold to some people because it's just super inconvenient to have to run everywhere, right? I don't play. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I love being here. Thank you, Reaper. So basically the way that it works, Reaper, is trade houses were local to that area. So you'd go to the settlement, and if you wanted to buy an egg, you could only buy it if someone had placed it in the trade house in that settlement. Now, you could go walking, 5 kilometers to another settlement that might have it. You could even search the trade house and be like, what settlement has eggs? And it would tell you. But instead of just being able to buy it from the guy in Ebonscale Reach, you'd have to literally go there. Now, you could fast travel, but as I said, fast traveling costs a currency in the game. So you have a choice. You either don't do the thing you're trying to do, and you're like, yeah, I guess I won't get an egg, right? Or you spend fast travel currency to go there, or you hoof it. No one's gonna hoof it. Like, who's doing that? It's still not global? Oh, is it not global right now? They said that it was. Or are they planning on doing that? Maybe they haven't done it yet. I don't think they did in the patch notes. I think they said it in a forum post that they're going to be making the trade house global. So I don't think it's in the game yet. That's why I'm not like necessarily, we're talking about it obviously, but that's why I'm not necessarily covering it. You know what I mean? The nature of the trade house is probably pretty elaborate. They probably are not in a position to do that. I heard a rumor that data miners found code for horse mounts. Not sure how true that is. A lot of people think mounts are just later on once the map is so much bigger, right? Hoof it because I'm very conservative with my Azoth. That's right. I hoof it on the Sam Porter Bridges of New World. I love that I get that joke, even though I didn't play that game to completion. I hoof it to a lot of places because Azoth is precious. Right. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee 9 minutes ago. A bag of Frickmas to my man Murph Dog. Thank you, Murph. I appreciate it. We've been selling a lot of coffee. You guys are amazing. You guys are really are amazing. I'm going to order some Christmas shirts from 80s Tees. I've not been having them send me new shirts just because I already have so many, and the 80s Tees really slowed down, but I'm okay with it if the coffee keeps going the way that it's going. You guys are going nuts. Yeah, we have coffee emotes now. You can represent your favorite team, your flavor. Now that Outpost Rush is a thing, Azoth is pretty easy to get. What's good, Bell? Yeah, they said that the Outpost Rush coming back should assist with some of these things, because like New World gameplay is automatically set to make you feel like, oh man, I'm running out of Azoth. Like 100%. There's a set of like restrictions on just how free you are to go and move about. You know, they do that on purpose, and so the Azoth being a little bit more flowing, it gets really expensive to travel when you get later. It's like, man, this is gonna take me I'm at full and it feels painful. You know what I mean? It's like 250 Azoth per win and you get gold. Nice. The coffee really is good. We aren't doing it as a favor to you anymore. I know it's good. I knew we were on to something special. This is ages ago. I knew we were on to something special when my wife liked it and so did I. A little too hot this morning. When I originally got Rageless Roast, we started it up, they sent it to me, and like I tried it and she tried it and we both liked it. I knew, like, when they originally sent me the flavors, this is an age ago when I was working with a different company, they sent us three flavors, and when we got to the one, I was like, I like it. She was like, I like it. And I was like, really? And so we kept drinking. I was like, this is really, really good. And she said, it is. And I was like, oh, this is the one we're doing then. Because I knew, I was like, if we both like it, it's got to be really, really good. You know, I'm not like a coffee aficionado, so I didn't know, you know, what to do other than to have her try it and me try it and just kind of like, what do you think? Where's my Deadpool drinking coffee emote? Oh, you want Lono sip? We probably don't have enough. We probably don't have enough spaces. We'll have to unlock one. Creature took up our remaining free spaces with the coffee ones, which is fine. That puts it on you guys. If you want more emotes, yeah. We're full up now. If you want more emotes, we need more members. So let's see how many members we would need to unlock another one. 26 more members. And yeah. Look at Creature with the lowercase emotes. This guy with the lowercase. What are you doing? Coffee's like jazz and wine. It's okay to like it without being a snob about it. It is, however, more fun when you're a snob about it. You mean to tell us you didn't put the coffee in the spectrometer or the centrifuge to examine its breakdown and composition? No, I didn't. No. Oh, Silver Subaru. That's a good emote combination. Yeah, Lono Roast 1 and then the bag. That's good. Savage says, there's got to be 26 people here who haven't joined. Yeah, I'm fogging up my glasses, blowing on this coffee. Oh, man. You haven't fired the emote guy yet? What do you mean? What emote guy? I don't have an emote guy. Good morning, Kat. How are you? Thanks, everybody, for being here. Welcome in. Do all the things. Smash a like. Do that stuff. As far as the Madam Challenge goes, I'm seriously torn right now. Dark Roast is on point, but Frickmas is so smooth. Yeah, we're very pleased with how the Frickmas has turned out. We're very, very pleased. Especially because it's limited. Hey, somebody else ordered some coffee. Let's go here. A dark roast to Eric. Thank you, Mr. Eric, for ordering some coffee. You the best. When is YouTube implementing gifted members? Sometime next year. We are hoping and crossing our fingers that January is just like some big, huge push and they roll out a bunch of great stuff, right? We are hoping that's the case. A Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale spin-off. The First Soldier has received a November release date, and you can watch the game's opening cinematic. Oh my gosh. Fuzzy says, as soon as my sub expires on the other channel, I'll sub here, but it expires on your birthday. You don't have to do that, Fuzzy. I'm not concerned about it, you know what I mean? I'm not concerned about people moving their subs or unlocking emotes. I'm just, letting y'all know that's where we are. As long as you keep it, that's all I have ever cared about. I got 100% on Spider-Man last night, starting the DLC and considering other not brand new PS4 titles to play while waiting for next year. You could obviously roll right over into Miles Morales. God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and you really got to hold off on Ghost of Tsushima if you can. If you can wait and play Ghost of Tsushima and God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn, if you can wait and play those on a PS5, oh my gosh, would do everything I could to make you wait to play Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. PlayStation 4 games. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any of the other big heavy hitters that you might not have played. Good morning, Oscar. Oh, let's see. Good morning, Sid. I see you in the chat. I'm trying to say good morning to people when they come in and say good morning. No game is ever the same, so it takes a while for the feeling of repetition to set in. I can't understand how BRs are so much. I'm telling you, man, people like BRs because of the theater of it, you know? Not sure if you've seen it yet, but High Score is an interesting 6-episode series on video game history. No, I've not seen that. Is your YouTube partner manager an employee of YouTube or just a fancy title? No, yeah, they're an employee of YouTube. Yeah. Can't wait to play God of War. I haven't had a PlayStation since PlayStation 2, so getting to play these games on PC is going to be awesome. Yeah. Having played those games on the 5, I wouldn't ever recommend anyone play them on the 4. It's tough, though, Eugene. Like, you know what I mean? That's what he's got. It's what he's used to. I don't know. When it comes out, you need to try the cycle. What's that? Are you saying I should try the Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale thing? Or what are you talking about? I had to mix the light and dark roast coffee to make a pot. It created a different profile, and it was good. Oh, really, Matazbo? That's good to hear. This Halo BR discussion? Well, you know, I mean, I don't know. We could have, if they ever officially announce it, I mean, I guess when Doc said what he said, we could have tried to strike while the iron was hot and been like, does Halo need a BR? Because, I mean, I agree with him and I don't agree with him at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like Escape from Tarkov in space, the Hunt Showdown. You build your kit prior to going in. I don't know if that sounds like a game for me. Any games that have dedicated PS5 versions I'm waiting for. Well, that's the problem. So all those games have PS5 versions now. God of War has a PS5 version. It's been updated. Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, even Miles Morales was sort of like basically built for the PS5. Now, Horizon Zero Dawn, they basically just went in and gave you, 60 frames. They didn't do much to it. Yo, good morning, Gritter. Welcome in, everybody. If you're here and curious about the New World coin selling or New World gameplay, we've been discussing the update that they pushed out to work on both the coin selling and the exploits. We also were talking about the trade house. Curious what your guys' thoughts are on the trade house being global. Is that a good thing? We could probably poll the chat on that one. Let's see. New World Trade house is linking all of them. Good or bad? Good or bad? New World Trade House linking all of them. Good or bad? Is it a good or a bad thing that they're going to link them all? They haven't done it yet. Looking for something sweet. Where to go? Looking for something sweet that's a year or two old, maybe older. Eyeing Last Guardian pretty hard. I think Last Guardian did okay. Didn't get the greatest reviews if I remember right. I think the controls were wonky in The Last Guardian. It was something with the controls. And then I think they pushed out an update and it got a lot better and people said that they fixed a lot of the issues. I think when it first launched, it had issues with the controls. Eugene highly recommends it. Barrier says it's okay. Sounds like it's probably worth a play. Eugene's usually, Eugene's usually pretty picky, so if he's saying something's good, Shadow of the Colossus remake is good, okay. He's picky in a good way. I don't want to mean to say he's picky, like, in a bad way. Yo, it's good, Hex. Winter is coming. It is coming. I need to close my office door. It gets nice and toasty in here in the winter. Easygoing Eugene is picky. Eugene is always grumpy. He's not grumpy. Don't describe him as grumpy. That's not it. He definitely has a a personality, but I wouldn't say he's grumpy, you know. I liked Last Guardian. The story was cool. I tell you what I liked. I was surprised I liked it as much as I did. I thought I was going to have to really adapt. I really liked Lost Ark. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. I thought, okay, this game's got potential. It could be really good for us. You know, let's try to get to a good place with it. And like an hour in, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing. It's $20 in the store. Advantage of playing slightly older games, all the updates plus cheaper. Yeah, they've already fixed all the crap, so then you can buy it at a discount, and it's been, you know, it's like the opposite of a fixer-upper. You know what I mean? You're buying a house that's been fixed and made to look nice, and you're buying it way cheaper than when it when it was before it got fixed up. You know what I mean? You're from Michigan and you're wearing shorts while it's 30 outside. Yeah, I mean, but you're from Michigan, so I mean, you do all sorts of things that don't make any sense. Like, I don't know, live in Michigan. Lost Ark definitely has hooks. It's good, man. It's good. It really, really is. Eugene's axe is grumpy. Eugene is super easygoing. There you go. The combat is good in Lost Ark. I was playing before work this morning, and I had to make myself stop. I hate grinding RPGs on the beta only to lose progress and start over. How dare you? I'm from Ohio, so I suck it, I think is what I'm supposed to say to you. Yeah, the thing about starting over, though, Fazimoto, something you should probably do is as soon as you get in and you're really having a good time with a character, is just go start another one. Like, and really, really get a feel for all of them. And then when it comes out, you'll know exactly who you want to play with. Does that make sense? Like, I hear you. I totally hear you. Like, you don't want to dump 30 hours into a game and like, well, I'm going to do it all again when it comes out. I mean, you're in luck. It doesn't come out until like March. But that's what I would do if I were you. If you were super concerned about losing your progress, then as soon as you get to the place where you sense that fear or that pain, be like, well, time to start another character, you know, and just get a feel for him. Yeah, use this time to test all the classes. Yep. There's no reason for you to keep on going, you know, especially if you really like who you're playing with. Just jot that one down, give it a little score, you know. My wife's been doing that. We go to this restaurant and they have like all these really fancy drinks, and she literally took a picture of the menu and she's giving each of them a score so she knows when she goes back what's good and what's not. Like, I thought it was like the most clever thing I ever thought. I was like, that's really clever, you know. Do that with these classes, you know what I mean? Have you ever been to Kings Island Amusement Park? Yeah, when I was younger, by far my favorite. Only time I've been close to Ohio. Yeah, we went to Kings Island twice, I think, when I was kids, and I went once as an adult. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's if you're in the mood for roller coasters, it's probably, if you can't make it up to Cedar Point, it's your best bet, you know. Most of the other amusement parks in America don't have tons of great coasters. Like Busch Gardens has like a couple of good coasters, but nothing like Cedar Point. I would rank it in that order. Like, if you're over here on, like, the East Coast, you know, Cedar Point, Kings Island, Busch Gardens, in that order. If you're a roller coaster fan. Lost Ark looked dope, says Victor, but I'm not sure my old man hands could do those keyboard controls. Victor, have you ever used a mouse like the G502? If you've ever used a mouse like this, you might be able to do what I did. I put 5 of my abilities, or 4. I put 4 of my abilities on the mouse, and then I have 4 on the keyboard, ASDF. It's tough. I got better near the end, but boy, it is. It's a little awkward. It is. It definitely is awkward. I've been playing since 01, and I really wanted to succeed. Oh, what? You've been playing, what have you been playing? Lost Ark? Don't forget King's Dominion. I don't know what that is. East Coast. Easy there, KY. Hey. What, you know, I grew up in Ohio. Kentucky's like right underneath of it. I'm east. This is the eastern part of the country. We're not central. We're almost central. We very much are almost central. What's good, Hexplicit? I'm hoping my man Ginger Prime can put together a good controller guide if it's possible. Well, you don't need a controller guide. It has full controller support. It has full controller support. It's just, it's wonky. It's wonky. Do you know what I'm saying? The aiming is the problem. If the aiming wasn't... the problem with the way that they do it is the aiming is based off of the mouse. And it has to be because some of the attacks, you have to pick where they go. Does that make sense? If it was just like a twin stick shooter and like everything you did was based off of just like pointing the character... It would be beautiful on controller, but there's too many attacks that require you to like go and pick a spot where you want the attack to land. So that's where controller falls apart because you're like sliding slowly. I mean, I guess you could turn the sensitivity way up on that. I don't know if that would be better or worse. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. You just can't handle most MMOs. Picking flowers and chopping trees is just too menial. If you don't take satisfaction out of the tedium and out of the mundane repetition of an MMO, you'll never be able to get into them. Lono knows Geauga Lake. He's lying about liking other amusement parks. What are you talking about? What do you mean I'm lying? What do you mean? I know Geauga Lake. That was where I rode my first roller coaster, the Double Loop. The Double Loop at Geauga Lake was the first coaster I ever rode. Cedar Point's the best, but like Kings Island is fun and Busch Gardens gets the job done and you can go see some cheetahs. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope. I mean, I was face to face with a cheetah, like right through the glass, like right there. Busch Gardens is pretty cool. It's definitely not Cedar Point. Like nothing is. Nothing is as good as Cedar Point. You know what I mean? Sorry, Busch Gardens is the poor man's Disney. It's not about rides. Disney doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. I will never yuck your yum, but I'll also never understand why grown adults go to Disney without children. It'll never make sense to me. It doesn't land in my brain. It doesn't land in my brain, dude. It doesn't. I'm like, what are you doing? This is the most expensive place you can go. And that doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, Wolvie loves Disney. Now, Disney has the Star Wars stuff. So I will say, now I have a reason to go. And maybe that's the catalyst for me understanding why people like going to Disney, right? Disney didn't matter to me until they added Star Wars, and now I'm like, okay, well, I'd like to go and stand in front of the Millennium Falcon. Now I guess it makes sense to me, right? Like, if you grew up worshiping the mouse, it makes sense that you go to Disneyland and or Disney World and you think it's like the most amazing thing ever, right? To me, Star Wars was the reason I even cared now. Like, when I went with my wife and her family, I didn't understand it. I was like, why are we here? This was so freaking expensive. What are we doing here? These old rundown rides and super long waits for a ride that amounts to nothing. Like, you literally sit in a car and just go around in a circle. It's like, what is this? Like, I've been to haunted houses that are put together better than this. It didn't make any sense to me. Now, somebody might say the same thing. Lono, I can't believe you're going to spend that kind of money to go look at Star Wars stuff. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's Star Wars, bro. That's the way people think about Disney. You know? They're like, bro, it's Disney. What do you mean? I grew up with Disney. I love Disney. We grew up watching Disney movies, but we never felt the way that people feel about Disney World. Does that make sense? Like, me and my two brothers and my sister, we grew up watching all the Disney movies, and we liked them. We enjoyed them. But we were not like, oh my gosh, dude, Disney World, you know? What is that? Is that... What is that picture, Paul? Oh, it's a mouse mat. It's a mouse mat. I was like, what is it? I thought it was a phone. I was like, why is it so big? The way Disney has the park separated can help with that. Some of the parks you can tell are designed for children, while others are more catering to the young adults and the adults. We went to Magic Kingdom, and I didn't understand it. I'm a father of 2. Disney is a scam. It's insane. My wife is obsessed as well. I hate it. Your wallet hates it, too, I'm sure. Your wallet hates it, I bet. You know? Guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure and take the poll. The New World Trade House, they're going to be linking all of them. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Most people are saying good. 83% saying good, 17% saying bad. 124 votes. A little light on the votes, so vote if you haven't voted yet. Remember to say good morning and hit that like button. New World gameplay. This week on the channel, we showed off the New World Dynasty Shipyard Expedition, and we got to level 56 or 57, so we are cruising along, having a good time, and no gameplay today of New World. We'll be showing off a little bit more Lost Ark gameplay later, and then Dark Souls 3 from Friday. When we play Lost Ark, I'll give you my first impressions about it before we dive into the gameplay, and before we dive into Dark Souls 3, I will give you my thoughts about Elden Ring, and why I think Elden Ring will be one of the greatest video games of all time. I believe it will be like Skyrim. It'll be looked back on with the same sort of fawning praise, and it'll probably be the most commercially successful From Software game that they have made. Nostalgia is nearly invincible. Why do you think people say Ghostbusters is a good movie? Pure nostalgia. Derek's starting to fight right now. He's choosing violence in the chat this early in the morning. Well, it's not early for him. He's in South Korea, but we're over in America, so. Bigger than Chris Tales? Yeah, it'll be bigger than Chris Tales. Banhammer. I'm not taking the bait. No, I do. I remember when Kevin Hart said, LA's undefeated. I think nostalgia is undefeated. I do. I think nostalgia is undefeated. You think back on things that really shaped your childhood, and shaped your views of things, and you think that they're amazing, and they're really not, right? I remember when I played with my brother on stream, we went back and we played the rare, whatever that was, the rare, what'd they call it? It was on the Xbox. You could play all the old games. And we played Perfect Dark, and I couldn't believe how crappy it was. I couldn't believe how bad it was. It just... There's no direction. It doesn't tell you anything. You're just kind of running around like, we're supposed to find a key, and apparently we missed it. And so we're like going back and looking and checking the floor and checking the ground. I don't understand. What is this? Where are we supposed to go? The wife and I got season passes for a few years. It's 100% nostalgia. Also, just convenience, because she has the Disney timeshare, and we're like 5-hour drive from Disney. If you live down there, that's the way to do it, What's good, Wicked Bob? The subtle dry humor of Ghostbusters is genius. I don't know. It was the rare collection. That's right. Yeah. What was it? The one that we had the most fun with, wasn't it the Pinata one? It was the Pinata one, I think. Myst and Command and Conquer stand up even today. I have amazing taste from a young age. Myst actually stands up with mouse and keyboard. It didn't play very well on the Xbox with a controller. It did not. It does not play well at all. The Ogre, the Drunk, and the Hunter. So 3. Oh, you've beaten 3. The Ogre, the Drunk, and the Hunter. I've done the Ogre, the Drunk, and then the guy with the spear. What's his name? Is that the Hunter? The guy where you gotta jump on his spear to parry? Moranis with a nerd haircut getting locked out of his apartment multiple times. Yeah, it's real subtle. Hey, I love Perfect Dark. The Nintendo 64 one, says Gritter. I think Perfect Dark is better than GoldenEye. Back then, Gritter, no, you're right. Perfect Dark did better things than GoldenEye. The co-op, the challenges, even the multiplayer, it was better. But brother, you play that now, and it has not aged well. It has not aged well. The pinatas game ticked me off. Didn't you? I think you swore. I think you swore on that stream. You're like, this game is a piece of... Like, you just swore. That was fun, man. That was fun. It's a shame. It's a shame that all that's gone. There's no way to go back and get any of it. It's a shame. Those were fun. I should have exported those to YouTube just so I had the archive. You know? No, I beat my head against the wall, because I didn't have the skills and tools necessary to beat them yet. Oh, right. I remember when it clicked, like stepping on the spear to parry it. I remember when that clicked for me, I was like, oh, like that. So when I was playing Sekiro, I ended a stream trying to fight the guy with the spear, and I got really, really annoyed. And I almost didn't go back to the game. And people were like, no, you got to try again. I'm a very different player now, right? It's a lot harder to get me to quit. Back then, I'd quit games like that pretty easily. Like, now I just, call the game cheap. Anyway, so you had a highlights clip on YouTube? Oh, that's right, we do have a highlight. That's right. We do, on the big channel. On the big channel, we have a highlight of us playing. That is true. I think it might even be the pinata game. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I think there's a highlight of you playing the Quantum game with me. I think you played the Quantum game with me. Quantum Break? I think you played that with me too, or just like sat there and commentated. We didn't do that enough. We should have done that more. What was I saying? Oh, anyways, so I remember going back into Sekiro, and when it clicked on how to jump on his spear, I was like, oh, this is legit. I learned you can land one death blow through sneaking. I just didn't have the counter. One death blow through sneaking. Oh, the guy with the spear? Yeah, that's right, because he's got like all the areas around him where you can like hide. Quantum Break is awesome. Oh, gosh. Unpopular opinion? Yeah, I'll say. Did you like Control? Control was basically like, hey, guys, we know Quantum Break sucked. Let us try again. Can we try again? I'm like, this is stupid. And yeah, cracking up about the Quantum game, that was hilarious. I think we put up a highlight reel of the Quantum game on the bigger channel. I thought we did. Quantum Break funny moments, and then my Quantum Break review. I don't know if the Quantum Break funny moments has you in it, though. I don't know if it does. This is a super old video, 2016. Oh, no, yeah, you're in the Quantum Break funny moments. You're in the whole thing. My video quality back then was terrible. That was actually fun making those montages, man. That was fun. You still need to play the Control DLCs? Again, how dare you? What do you mean? Quantum Break was awful. Like, what's its Metacritic score? I think 2 highlight vids of us together. Yeah. There's the Quantum Break one, and then there's another one from the Rare, I think. What did Luke drink blue milk in The Last Jedi due to your Star Wars nostalgia? Oh, man. You guys are ornery today. We should not have led with New World. We're not talking about New World at all. If you're new and tuning in and you'd like to contribute to the conversation, remember you got to hit subscribe and then feel free to chime in the chat. It's a talk show Monday through Fridays, and it is safe for work, and we don't always stay on subject. It's like a 3-hour stream, so if you came here for New World information, the very beginning, if you rewind, has all the information about New World coin selling and the New World exploits, but we've drifted from that, so you'll have to bear with us. It's an organic monster. I don't think Murray's very subtle, making eye roll faces and such for the whole movie. Yeah. Punch a Goose. We need Punch a Goose merch. We do. At least Control, your main pistol had unlimited ammo. Yeah. How is your new world ammo selling going for coins? I don't know. I don't do it. Control is one of only 2 games I've rage deleted in the modern era. What? Why did you rage delete Control? It was so good. What happened? Did it not run well on whatever system you were playing it on or something? I think it had some problems on some of the other systems, like performance or something. Is New World similar to Dark Souls as far as feel? No. Are you being silly? Clickbaiter sniffing his copium, not even talking about this dead game, Omega lol. No geese allowed. No. It needs to be, I will punch a goose. Like, and then just put Lono 20. When's the next presidential election? I try to not think about it. 2024, right? I will punch a goose. Lono 2024. Like, vote for Lono. And we're going to put a man on the moon, and I will punch a goose. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask how many gooses. Gooses? Who wrote this? How many geese you can punch? I was extremely sad when I beat Control. Can't wait for the sequel. Yeah, 2024. There it is. That's my platform that I'm running on. You got my vote? Yeah. Control ran just fine. The death tax and late game one-shot deaths, the save spots, I got so mad I just quit and deleted. That doesn't sound right. Maybe you just had a bad, did you get stuck in a bad, I didn't have that experience at all. I got to the late game and I think I was like a god. Now, yeah, Zubair, get him. Did you consider, not sucking? There were some areas I think that tilted me, and I can't remember. It might have been there might have been boss fights that I got a little annoyed with. I just spit my coffee everywhere. Geese, don't worry. It wasn't Rageous Roast. It was horrible alternative. Punch a goose and end daylight savings. Guaranteed victory. That's right. 100% played on hard. There were a couple boss fights that I feel like I remember them being pretty annoying. I don't know. Adopt a goose. The content we could make. I need to adopt a goose and name it Richard and make videos of just like being so annoyed. Like, I swear, Richard, I swear you do this on purpose. And then just like cut to the goose just like staring at me like it's not doing anything. Don't even look at me like that. Don't you do it, Richard. Swear I will punch a goose. Like, that's how every video ends. I am going to do it. I'm going to adopt a goose. Oh my gosh. That would be the greatest YouTube channel ever. What's up today, Richard? How are you? Really? You're gonna give me attitude? Seriously? Buy Punch a Goose merch today. Oh, you need to play the Untitled Goose game now? I'm gonna mess all y'all up. Listen, Richard, I'm gonna go down to the golf course. I'm gonna find your cousins, and I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna hit them with a bat, okay? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring them back here and make you look at them. I'd love to see someone try and run their campaign off of a way back presidential campaign strategy and see how far they get. Oh, like find a bunch of speeches from like the 50s, Go back to when they were like all about prohibition, I'll get all the alcohol out of the saloons, out of the streets, so your men can get back to work. And they're like, what the frick? What is this guy talking about? They tied the only game currency for upgrading your abilities to a 10% death tax. I was absolutely tilted. I don't... Man, it's been so long since I played it. I don't remember that. I remember being annoyed by something in the game, and I don't think it was that. I can't remember what it was. Have you seen the movie The Campaign? No. Has anyone seen the guy playing a harmonica to 2 Canadian geese? It's hilarious. No, I've not seen that. I keep being told everything back then was better, so that would be a successful campaign. Yeah. Make let's do it. Let's get America great again. Back when women couldn't vote and drinking was illegal. That was a great time, wasn't it? It was so much better back then. Let's go back when work standards were terrible and people were falling from scaffoldings and dying and kids were working. That was much better. It was a better time, wasn't it? Run your whole campaign on like child labor prohibition and like women not being allowed to vote, you know? You're going to get really far. This guy's got to be he's got to be insane. What is he even saying? There it is. I will punch a goose 2024. Lono 2024. It needs to look like an actual political campaign, though. Like, we need to get an actual... Get an artist to build it, you know? But the solution was just to not die. Yeah, Derek, did you try not dying? I mean, I'm not an expert. I wasn't watching you play, but... I'm willing to put money down. If you weren't dying, you'd have gotten a lot farther. So, yeah, let's bring back lead paint, asbestos. Oh man, that's good. The new controller, press kit with images. If you have any questions, send me one. Can I get one to demo and try? Like, don't tell me about the controller. Send me one. Y'all are not funny? How are we not funny? I'm laughing. I'm laughing. Get rid of seatbelts and you got my vote. Yeah, just absolutely. It'd be the greatest. It'd be the greatest. You know what's absolutely terrifying is someone could run on that platform and probably do very well because people wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. Like, imagine running on a bunch of sensible things and you get the nod from your party, right? You know? So, like, here comes Lono, you know, the great debate. Lono's going to debate Biden. And I'm like, all right, I'm completely changing my platform, all right? I am anti-geese. We're going to start a punching geese campaign. We're getting rid of all seat belts. We're going to bring back lead paint, and women are not allowed to vote. And they'd be like, okay, let's go. I mean, hey, he's not the other guy, so he's got my vote. It would still work. It would be absurd. People are like, you know, he's making a lot of sense about the seatbelt thing. Oh, golly. You're like, I'm convinced, you know. I'm convinced that this guy knows what he's talking about. His speech on asbestos was riveting. Debate Biden. Yeah. Old man would fall asleep. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. Or he'd go to the wrong place. I know. Get your digs in on him. He is probably looking forward to retirement so much. He's like, I am so sick of this crap. I'm too old. If there's anybody who could ever say that and people be like, well, now we're getting some honesty. If he was just like, he just comes out for a press conference and just lets out a big, I'm just getting too old for this. And then people are like, oh, you know, I didn't like him, but I appreciate the honesty. Oh, man. What are we drinking this morning? I don't know. We're drinking coffee. I would just want to see. I would just want to see the other candidate's response. Like, is he serious? What do you mean you would punch a goose? You know, and they're like, and then the moderator would be like, in light of what he has just said about punching geese, what is your stance on this? How many geese would you punch? You're like, none. What? I wouldn't punch any geese. Why would I do this? Why are we even talking about this? It would be so bewildering. Like, I don't understand. How is this a topic? Put a max age, and you definitely got me in your corner. Well, yeah, you know, we definitely don't want Congress to look like a nursing home, but it does. They're all rolling in, you know. So you're saying you don't have a solution to the current goose crisis? That's right. That's right. This just like all of the pundits and all the talking heads would be like, this just in, President Biden has no plan for the goose crisis. And then they have, like, in big bold letters, no plan. And people are like getting interviewed on the street. Well, I'll be honest, I don't even see geese around here, but I really think he should have a plan. I mean, from what I heard. This is absurd. And then he'd have to give over to it. He'd have to start talking about it as if it were serious. Do you know? You're like, well, all right, fine. All right, I'll fine. I'll punch a goose. Bring one out. He'll pardon a presidential turkey, and he'll punch a Canadian goose square in the head. Just poof. You'd want to have it really. I mean, I don't want to hurt an animal, but if you're gonna punch a goose, please get a good microphone so we can hear. So we can hear it. We need to be able to hear the impact. I want to know. I am sorry, PETA, but I want to know what it sounds like. I'm curious now, you know? It's gotta be good. It's gotta be a good little poot sound, like a little a little pelting sound. That's got to. Good Lord, says Wicked Bob. Good Lord, what did a goose do to this man? He'd have to get him a staunch anti-goose VP candidate. It'd be a coyote wearing a tie. In light of recent events, I've chosen to run for re-election without my current VP. Bring out Wile E. Coyote, would you? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so stupid. It's so stupid. There it is, Lono 2024. I will punch a goose. And it's just a goose. Oh, man. I'm an hour late and we're this far off the rails, says David. Yeah, we are all the way out and we're not even in left field. We've left the stadium. People in nursing homes everywhere are insulted by being compared to Congress. That's right. That's right. Oh, they're like, we run bingo night better than they run this country. What are you comparing us to them for? Back in my day. I love that saying though. Back in my day, like it was yours. You know what I mean? Back in my day. Oh, man. This is Mr. Bitey. He spent years as the governor of Alaska. He's kept the geese at bay for years. He really knows his way. Knows his way around a goose war. Oh. Whew. They're too busy trying to get bullpen changed to arm barn. You're good. Wait, is that... Are you serious? Talk about being offended for somebody who can't be offended. You know? Our first order of business right now, this is the single most important goal of PETA, bullpen. The statement bullpen is absolutely abhorrent. It is a miscategorization, and it basically makes bulls feel vulnerable. So we're going to change it to arm barn. Arm barn sounds like a store that I don't want to shop at. I don't want to shop there, you know. They're offended by the term bullpen, and bulls are like, we don't care. This is bullshit. They says it hurts the animal's feelings. Somebody please make a skit about that, and then at the end just zoom in on a bull's face and like a little tear going down. Like, bulls all across America are trying to enjoy baseball games, and they're unable to because of the complete insensitive nature of the dialogue surrounding the game. I'm sorry, are you from planet Earth? Like, what is this, an experiment? Are the aliens here? Is this how you're experimenting on us? Is this it? Where did you come from? Did they take you up in the little whirly whirl and do a little something? They do a little something to your noggin? What's going on? You don't seem like a human being. You're like the worst version of a Stepford wife. I don't know what this is, but I'm terrified. Yeah, in the arms of an angel, as the bull cries. That's right. In the arms of an angel. The bull's just sitting there crying with a baseball cap on. It's got a baseball cap on. It just wishes it could enjoy baseball. My one wish is that people would make arm barn into arm bar jokes, WWE styles. I'm the man with 1,000 moves. Arm bar. Where's Creature? Help us. He's lost it. And Creature can't save you now. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. By adopting a goose for Lono, you're playing a part. Hilly did it. He did it. You're an idiot. I'm gonna get a gift in 4 to 6 weeks. You are an absolute idiot, Hilly. He did it. I thought adopting a goose meant like I was gonna get one. That's a little disappointing. We're just like spending money. We're just spending money to help one. You know what I mean? You sound like Stefan? Yeah. He's like, so a human pancake is that thing where you take two people and you flatten them out with a steamroller and then you eat them for breakfast. Like, that skit was so funny. You know the way they did that skit was he didn't know what he was going to say. Because it's hard to make Bill Hader break. Like, he's actually a very good actor. He's actually really good. But it would just be the most random crap. It would be the most random crap ever. And that's why he would start laughing like halfway through the things. Like, he couldn't say it out loud. It was just ridiculous. Oh gosh. Literally doing the opposite of what we were wanting to do with these geese. Come on, man. Animal-friendly idioms. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Feed 2 birds with 1 scone. I have a better one. Hit 2 PETA activists with 1 bat. I'm not condoning Man, that was a heck of a solution there, Bill. It's like you took out 2 PETA activists with 1 bat. That's amazing. They would be like, what? Why did you say that? Well, I'm not saying anything bad about animals. What's the problem? What's the matter? Zubair says, wow. Wow. Well, good run, guys. The Twitlongers are coming tomorrow. Hilly says, this is narrative armor for when the social justice warriors come at us for punching geese, right? It'll be a real serious video. It'll be like, I'm so terribly sorry about what I said about punching geese, and bring it out. I have here the certificate. I've adopted a goose. Bring it out. 2 pitas with 1 arm bar. Go on a wild goose chase. Instead, out chasing rainbows. But how is a wild goose chase a non-animal friendly idiom? Is it wrong to chase geese? Is that wrong? You see, when you use the term wild goose chase, you're passively asserting that it's okay to chase geese. Children everywhere will be tormenting them. What are you talking about? We already do. What do you mean? Who doesn't run at a big group of birds to see them fly away? Everybody does that. Actually, we encourage our kids not to chase after animals. Like, they try to do it with, like, bunnies and squirrels and stuff. We're like, don't do that. Leave them alone. Said, Lordful Mind, thank you. Geese chase me. Yeah, PETA. Where's your activism for animals leaving us alone, right? I don't feel safe when I go to the park, okay? The way those geese look at me, the way they leer, the way they move their heads, you know, and make their little noises. I don't feel safe. I'm the one that's traumatized. They snipped at my kid, you know? Where's the activism for that? Instead of beat a dead horse, feed a fed horse. That's right. That was an old meme. That was way back. I mean, humans are animals. Yeah. What about us? Who's standing up for us? Feed a fed horse. Let's stuff it fuller than it already is. Yeah. Feed a fed horse is not an animal-friendly idiom. You're encouraging animal obesity and overfeeding. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to peel a potato. Yeah, but what about the potato's feelings, right? What if a potato doesn't want to be naked? Who says that? What if a potato doesn't want to be naked? That's so dumb. That's the dumbest sentence I have ever said out loud. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, man. What if a potato doesn't want to be naked? You know? What kind of silliness did I just walk into? Oh, Abe, we are fully, I'll use a sentence that you'll understand. We are acting the fool, 100%. We are 100% acting a fool. Is it acting a fool or acting the fool? Help me out here, Abe. Abe's like, all right, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done as soon as I got here. Oh, man. Someone spiked his coffee. Why would I understand that? I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing. Why do you got to make it awkward? Why do you have to make it awkward, Abe? What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? Huh? Oh, that setup is the best. He says, "You right." Oh, golly. It's acting a fool. I knew you knew. I knew you knew. It's like that episode of Seinfeld where that girl's dad's like, "All I see is a damn fool." Friggin' Kramer fell asleep. He fell asleep in the tanning bed. Oh, that is... All I see is a fool. That is a great episode. Oh, I need this entire conversation so bad for my soul. My stomach's killing me. Oh, punching geese and jumping sharks. Wait, I'm not jumping the shark. It's act a fool. I mean, I'm not going all the way. I wanted people to be able to understand what I was saying. They'd be like, "What did you just say?" Like, it wouldn't have sounded right. Oh. Hoping to land a promotion? Oh, good for you. Oh, man. It's Friday now? It's Friday. It is. It is indeed. It is fully Friday. Fully Friday vibes. Holy frick. Whew. I'm like out of breath, dude. I need to lay down after that. That was funny. Jumping sharks isn't kind of sharks. Yeah, we need an animal-friendly idiom for jumping the shark, right? This isn't jumping the shark. This is insanity is pretty standard fare in these parts. That's right. That's right. The term is insulting to fools. I mean, nothing's safe, right? You know what I mean? Got an interview in an hour. This would be very nice pay bump. Maybe start popping out little Abes if I get this. I mean, go for it, dude. Go for it. I'm just waiting for somebody to name their kid Lono. Like, that's the big, you know, that to me is the goal. That to me is the goal, is to get the cult so... I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. The community. Get the community... Get the community so loyal that someone names their kid Lono. That's the goal. That's the goal. I need you all to not hear what I said. I didn't say cult. I said community. You guys just misheard, okay? ADJC, I knew it. I knew it. I knew this son of a gun. There's a patch for Biomutant, 435 meg. Remember to tell your employee you're for punching geese. Thoughts on the Elden Ring preview? I tweeted last night, I think Elden Ring will be looked back on as one of the greatest games ever made. It's going to be looked back on the way that Skyrim is looked back on. I think it'll be From Software's most commercially successful game. I think. I could smell it in my blooms. Big whiff. Biomutant, there was a disappointment. Yeah. I'm not going to name him Lono, but I'll make their middle name Got a Gun. Is that enough? Trying to think of what you would name your kid. You're like, Abe. I'm trying to, like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to think here. What would you name him? Julius. Julius Got a Gun. Acting a fool. Just remember, Abe, you've already got a job, and you were picked for this interview for a reason. You're the right man. Go kill it. Yeah. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for this position? Well, for starters, I'm a hard worker. I learn very, very quickly, and I will, if necessary, punch a goose. You're like, can we go back? What did you say? Well, I'm a hard worker. I learn very, very quickly. I do. And, you know, if the opportunity presented itself and you needed somebody to punch a goose, I am 100% willing to do that. Like, I don't understand in what circumstance do you think that you would be faced with this challenge? I don't know. Walking from the car to the front door, leaving work and it's late. I mean, you've seen geese, right? If you've never. Happy Friday. Hope you still love Last Jedi. Thank you, NVeg. I appreciate the 5 spot. I saw your tweet. I saw your tweet. Lincoln would be the best name. Yeah, his middle name Lincoln. When my son was younger, Abraham Lincoln, and you know how you shorten it to Abe? He called him Ham Lincoln for the longest time. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. We didn't correct him. We did not correct him. My kids don't say chipmunk. They say chickmunk. And we do not correct them. Because we want to be the change that we want to see in the world. You know, we don't correct them. I want them to be in like their teenage years and still calling them chickmunks. Because I love it. It's perfect. It's so adorable. Are you saying you don't have a goose policy? Then my first act will be to draft a goose policy to reduce the exposure of this company. Lincoln's got a gun. If he did, his life would have been pretty different. Probably not, man. Probably not. He got Jesse James. You know what I'm saying? He got treated like Jesse James. Whew. Man. Wait, did we go back? Oh no, we went up. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh. Do they think chickmunks are just baby squirrels? I don't know if they think that. But they get very excited. They get very, very excited when they... What is this? Multiplayer Battle Royale mode available and Superliminal for a limited time. Superliminal looked like such a cool game. It really did. I wish we would have played that one. It was on Game Pass. What are they... How do they describe it? They've added a free multiplayer game mode that will allow players to feel the joy and frustration of puzzle solving with up to 12 friends in a series of frantic obstacle courses. This experimental battle royale mode is available right now to everyone who owns Superliminal and will remain through the holiday season, maybe longer. Huh. I wonder if we should switch to that instead of Escape Simulator, because it might be like super relevant tonight, like people will be looking for it. I don't know if that... I've not seen the gameplay though. It might not be a good fit for what Hilly and I are doing. There's also that... Did you see the game Crab Games? Oh my gosh. Bro, our sister thought that until like a year ago. That's funny. She thought they were just baby squirrels? Why wouldn't you just call it a squirrel then? Look at that little baby squirrel. You know what I mean? I don't know. Wasn't that a game about perspective of the camera and navigating puzzles? Yeah. I blame the very serious AMA yesterday. We all had a lot of jokes to get out of our systems. Yeah. Is Lono done with the morning New World grind? No, I just didn't feel like playing today, old soul. We were grinding, we were leveling, we did an expedition this week, and Fridays are really full, man. I'm gonna be playing Lost Ark. We're gonna be doing Dark Souls 3 From Friday. I just wanted to take it easy this morning. You know, we're not done with the game, not by a long shot, and we'll certainly be jumping into gameplay next week. I like giving you guys a good talk show in the mornings, and it didn't feel right to like. Oh my gosh, I was like, what? It didn't feel right to like immediately jump into gameplay this morning. and we were and when the video gets off to a super slow start and isn't performing well, I'm like, well, frick the topic. I'm serious. You know what I mean? Like, forget the topic. I'm just gonna have fun, you know. Oh, okay. If we're cruising on the topic and we're getting good results and suggests, then I obviously try to stay on topic. But when did someone tell a Jig you laughing? I do sometimes, yes.
Topic, whatever you're talking.
No, there was like a Tuesday a month ago where I stayed on topic. Thank you very much. No, we actually do. We get into some pretty good debates. We'll spend like the first hour and a half. You don't get a poll.
Lono stay on topic, or does he just whatever he's thinking?
What did you come down here to?
The boy wanted a piece of white.
Okay, we'll get the boy a piece of white paper. That's fine. Oh, okay. I'm sure. For about 12 years, my sister, who was born on March 31st, thinking her B-Day was only on leap year. The topic is a lie. I like laughing and joking around more than talking about the broken mess New World. Shut up, Greenside. You be quiet. Okay, Mr. Cyberpunk. Poll it? No, you don't get a poll, because I'm in charge.
You should do a poll.
No.
Madam or Lono.
Do a poll, Madam or Lono. Right, we all know what they're going to pick. They're not going to pick me. They're mean to me. Like, I wouldn't be sulking.
Yes, you would. You'd be
No, I would not.
loudly and
Chomping chips loudly.
breathing heavy.
Breathing heavy. Why would I be doing that?
Where you walk.
What, I turn into a caveman when I'm unhappy? Who doesn't sulk when they're unhappy? What do you do when you're unhappy? Oh, Warpath. Oh my gosh. Greenside out here telling the truth. Oh, don't you start. New World is fine. It's fine. Joke's on you. I finished Cyberpunk. Yeah, I did too. It was actually, I did it off stream. So you guys didn't get to see this, but so I booted up the PS5 and I uninstalled it. That was that to me was a really, really good ending to that game. I thought the way that it no longer took up space on my hard drive was really, really well executed. I like that that happened. Cream is better than ointment? Huh? Somewhere in a parallel universe, there's a goose saying, I will punch a human. That's pretty good. People want a voice. Let them vote madam. What? You know what? No, that's fine. That's fine. Here. No, it's fine. That's fine. It's totally fine. Hang on a second. It has to end the poll. I've totally locked up the chat. I've totally locked it up. There it is. There's the New World poll gone. Lono or Madam. That's it. That's the poll question. New people are going to come in and not even know what in the world it's about. There you go. If I score higher than a 10%, I'll be shocked. Give me 1 second. I got to run upstairs really quickly. Okay, I am sorry. I am very sorry. My, I don't usually get transparent about this kind of a thing, but a couple of times this week, I've had some, like, irritable stomach issues. I'm like, what's going on? And my wife has been, every once in a while, putting, like, extra spinach in my shake. And, she said she put a bunch of extra spinach in this morning. I went upstairs. I was like, "What did you put in the shake?" I was like, "I'm hurting." And she's like, "A bunch of extra spinach." I was like, "Oh, please don't do that." Nothing like starting your day with a bunch of spinach. Oh my gosh, the poll is way, way closer. It's way closer than I expected, man. It's way closer. Oh, like any election, 287 watching and only 134 votes. Apathy chat, says Hilly. Zubair says, can we go back to punching geese? Can we go back to anything else in the entire world? Had some leaf blow, man. TMI, I told you, I usually don't open up about that kind of thing, but usually I don't have to take a break like that long in the mornings. Usually I run upstairs pretty quick and run back down. Clearly there's voter fraud, says Dylan. Yes, yeah. This election has been paid for. It certainly has. It certainly has. I'm actually very surprised. I am very surprised the poll's going as well as it is. If you're just tuning in this morning and you are tuning in for me to be talking about the New World coin selling or New World exploit, we did that at the very, very beginning. So if you've got questions about what they did, they pushed out a patch, the New World Update 1.0.5. They pushed that out and addressed some of the coin selling issues. We also had a poll up a little bit ago about all of the trade houses being linked. That is a planned change that is coming. And so if you got questions about that, we cover a variety of topics and we have been covering a lot of New World. So if you've got questions about that or you're curious about my thoughts on it, feel free to ask or chime in the chat. The Danzatastic says, with a $50 tip through Super Chat, my goodness, that's a very nice Super Chat. I didn't get to do this during your thing yesterday on the other channel. Speak the truth. Glad to see you are doing well. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. As I said at the end of the video, you know, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you very much. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate that. Russell, you've been around for a while too. I remember you on Purple. If you expected me to talk about today's topic, you got trick, sucker. We're talking about punching geese. That's right. Lono paid off his connection at Meta to steal this poll. That's right. That's right. Cook the spinach first. Raw spinach isn't great for you. It's high in oxalic acid. What do you mean? People put it on sandwiches and salads all the time. I'm gonna have to like double my water intake for the day because Hilly and I are gonna be drinking tonight. Guys, don't forget, Hilly and I do our streams on this channel, and you probably aren't gonna get notifications tonight because we're doing 3 live streams in the morning. Okay, because of that, because of us doing those multiple live streams, yeah, we you might not get notified when him and I go live tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? So don't forget, we would really, really love your drinking now. Oh, please don't. Please slow down. We're doing Escape Room Simulator, Hilly. We got to kind of like ease into it. Anyway, we would love to see bigger turnouts on Friday nights. I know Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern is not convenient for those of you across the pond, and I know a lot of you are doing other things, but man, it'd be amazing to see, you know, a lot more folks tuning in on Friday nights. So ping us on Discord. I usually send a tweet and ping Discord. I do. What's the command for your P.O. box? I think you need a Goose to go with your other one. Oh, he's right here. Yeah, Jerry's right here. Exclamation point PO. Exclamation point PO. There you go. Let's get him in the shot. There you go. Good old Jerry. Good old Jerry. He's like super soft, and he's like, you know how some stuffed animals are super soft when you first get them and it kind of goes away. He's like maintaining how soft he is because like nobody touches him, you know. What will you and Hilly play? It's called Escape Room Simulator. We played it last week, and it was actually really, really fun. It's a good little game if you want to go watch the VOD. We only kind of fell apart on the very last puzzle, and it's because we were drinking. I mean, it's really hard to think clearly after, 3 or 4 IPAs, and I had 5 because people were tipping money, and I'm just kidding. My job does not allow drinking while working, but there's no policy on punching a goose. There you go. Why not set a premiere on SNTR Presents, just a short video saying we're live on gaming with Hilly Hijinks? I mean, we want to be kind of careful with that, Ashen. Yeah, the game with the weird body woman. Yeah. She's like has no waist. Yeah. You drink that sweet water and you like it. Is that what I had? Was that the extra one that I had? I think it was. Yeah. It was the Sweetwater. It was the extra one. More concerned about people across the pond instead of people across the country. He's leaning into his campaign already. That's right. Oh, man. Got to see at least one of you is properly pre-gaming. Wywork doesn't know I drink on the clock. Oh, boy. Be careful with that one. Yeah, the PO command should bring up the PO box. It doesn't seem to be working, though. Hang on a second. Let me see. Do we not have a PO? Oh, we don't. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Add com PO. Is Lono Love an emote over here? Oh, it's not. Let's see. What do we have? We'll do Lono Dope. Okay. Edit com. There you go. Night butt lagging? No, not lagging. There you go. P.O. Box 8063, Louisville, Kentucky 40257. Yeah, if you guys ever want to send anything to the P.O. Box, we're thinking about maybe SNTR Presents is getting a premiere today about Facebook live streaming outpacing YouTube live streaming, and I have a take on it. I don't think it's a legitimate representation of Facebook's numbers, and I tell you why in the video. There's some numbers that don't add up. Not surprising since they've misrepresented their viewership in the past. In any case, that premiere, SNTR Presents will get that premiere this afternoon, and then we were thinking about doing more personal content over there with my opinions and stuff and the Say No to Rage story. We could do, I know people like to do that, do like P.O. Box opening streams or videos, sorry. So if you guys want to send a bunch of goofy stuff to the P.O. Box, feel free. I'd rather people, buy coffee or a shirt from 80s Tees or a disc plate, and we got new disc plates on the way. So excited about that. Never visited Louisville. I need to. I mean, Louisville's a great city. It really, really is. It's a great city. Unfortunately, now if you come, I wouldn't be able to take you to it or meet you there. The best pizza joint in town closed because last year was obviously horrible for restaurants. So I was very, very bummed for that location to close. A Merry Frickmas gift opening stream. Oh, that could be a good one. Yeah. I mean, my birthday's right around the corner. We probably should have tried to capitalize on that, right? Hey, send me stuff for my birthday and then I'll record a video. I mean, I guess I still could do that since my birthday is this coming week on Tuesday. I could upload a video that's like, hey guys, like a little short one. It's my, today's my birthday, and if you want to send me something, we could do a birthday P.O. Box opening video or something. I don't know. We should probably write the time. Oh, this is the wrong channel though. Well, no, they said they didn't care if I did it here. I need to do a BenQ. They sent me like this light for my monitor, like a monitor light, and I haven't shown it to you guys, and I need to. I'm supposed to like do like a little product placement on it, and I haven't done that. Bummer. Yeah, there's still a location you can go to. And Pelizzaries is where it is. That was a location that I went to get when I got dinner with oh, what was his name? What was his name? He lives in Louisville. He was a PvP guy. He was known. He was really, really good with the what's the old timey sniper in Destiny? He was really, really good with that. He got pretty famous because of a video of him just going nuts with it. Oh, what's his stinking name? I feel really bad. His name just like totally left my brain. Golly, I have to go back and watch the video where I talk about that. We went and got pizza. KJ Hovey. We went and got pizza with KJ Hovey. In UK, if a dog runs at cattle, it's illegal under the livestock worrying legislation. Not sure where my local dog prison is. Would like to befriend a couple of naughty dogs. The Facebook numbers only say the amount of hours streamed, not the amount of hours watched. No, Streamlabs, Stream Labels, according to Streamlabs, Facebook's hours watched and concurrent viewers have been going up like every quarter. Can't remember names? 40's hitting you fast. Yeah. It's hard to remember. It's hard to remember all the names of all the people, you know, from the directory and streaming and Destiny and all that. It gets fuzzy. It does. It gets a little fuzzy for me. It was a long time ago. You know, and it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. Okay. There you go. Yeah, we got the coffee emotes. Represent your team, which flavor you like. I'll have to pick the kiddos up. Okay, Hilly. N-Cooch. No, it wasn't N-Cooch. N-Coochier. He was always very nice. I liked him. He's a sharp young man. He was very intelligent in how he did a lot of his content, a lot of his strategy. Whenever we had him on the round table, I really liked him. He was a nice guy. I think I kind of hung out with him a little bit. I think it was at the Anthem capture event. He's a nice guy. Who's watching Facebook streams? I mean, I'll get into it. I'll get into it in the video. You'll have to watch the video later. And we've been consistently saying this. I usually don't talk about my content in this way. I tell you guys, hey, if you like the content, you know, support it and show up. But the content that we're putting on SNTR Presents, we need you guys to just throw your weight behind it. Because my call with my YouTube manager, he was like, turning the rudder on this channel is going to be really hard. He's like, you're really going to have to lean on your audience. They're going to have to really help. So was it Hush? No. It was KJ Hovey. Some of you guys are like lagging behind, I think, on the stream. I don't think you're watching live. I liked Hush too. Felt kind of bad for him with the recent thing that happened to him. But hey, you know, it's the best community. It's just the best. It's the most positive community. Their resume has a bunch of weird skills listed at the top of it. We're really good at attacking and destroying people. It's just sort of like a hobby, you know. So I do crafts on the weekend, and then, you know, during the week I ruin people's lives. It's, you know, it just makes me feel good. We had 3 huge blips, or I did anyways. Somebody said that mobile's having an issue, so I don't know. I went to Facebook this morning, and they're like 10 years behind on internet humor. It's actually terrible. Like, okay, so we're probably going to do a separate video about this, but they're throwing like, what did they say, like $1 billion into getting Facebook gaming going. Which, feels really late. 1 billion, and they're like basically not taking a percentage of any of the paid subscriptions. So like right now, if you pay and subscribe to somebody over there, they get 100% of the money, and all the way until like 2020, end of 2022. So for all of the rest of this year and all of next year, anybody that gets a subscription over there gets all of the money, right? They're offering people exclusivity deals. They're offering people money to upload. They are throwing money at the Facebook gaming push, right? So I'm putting some uploads over there. You know, we're gonna maintain our channel. Our channel, our page over there isn't huge, but you know, I worry about the UI. I go over there and I just feel like the UI is just so weird and not. It just doesn't feel user friendly. It doesn't feel smooth. I don't know. So if you guys still use, you know, Facebook and you want to support that page, I mean, it might help us. I mean, we're literally just throwing our updates over there, and you know, we changed everything to SNTR Gaming, and I don't know. Get people to hit a bunch of loyal sub base and then what? Take half? Well, they'll probably go back to a 70-30 split. I mean, Purple takes half unless you renegotiate. You know what I mean? D-Laner made it seem like he makes pretty good money on Facebook Gaming. He turned down a contract from Purple because money, and so he can stream with Doc. Right. I don't know if money's going to fix the problem, though, Abe. Mixer threw money at it and couldn't get anything going. I don't know. I think a lot of Facebook's viewership numbers. Yeah, this old granny sees them and likes them. Thank you, Kat. I know. I see you liking all the vids. One aspect is them trying to change what Facebook is, and they already changed the name to Meta. Well, no, the owner, they're not changing Facebook's name. The parent company's becoming Meta, right? Can you co-stream to Facebook? I could run through. There's ways to co-stream. Yes, we could run. We could do restream, and we could run our content over there. I don't know if we want to do that. So we're just doing little uploads for now. They want exclusivity deals from people. They want exclusivity deals. Like if they want you to stream over there, they don't want you streaming anywhere else. So if they offered me an exclusivity deal, I would not be able to take it because we've done too much work building over here. I mean, it would have to be like life-changing money, and even then I would be super nervous because it's like, you know, they're the kind of company that I would be worried you'd get 6 months in and they'd be like, yeah, you know, somebody sent us an article about you. We don't want to work with you anymore. Or, you know, yeah, we've changed our mind. Boom. And then you're like, you know what I mean? Just stream your content. It's in more than one place at one time. Can't. I don't have the topic yet. I'm gonna get in at 9, and I'm given 30 minutes to prep. Huh. How much would they have to offer you for a 2-year exclusivity on Facebook? I don't know. I'd have to talk to like a financial advisor. You know? If I could still upload to YouTube, then it'd be a little easier decision. It'd be a little bit of an easier decision. But if I have to put every single thing I create over there, I don't know about that. I don't know. I think that would be very, very narrowing to my reach and my, you know, we have great growth patterns over here. Because you got to consider, if we apply ourselves to the format we have now for the next 5 years, you have to think about the potential. YouTube is just such a good platform. It's so big. And YouTube's throwing a lot of weight behind streaming as well. Facebook would have to offer me, like, they'd have to offer me an amount they would never offer me. Yeah. Madam is not happy with the poll results. Yeah. You see what happens when you try to cross me? You think you're so something.
Are you crying down here?
Think you're so something. No, I came back downstairs.
I'm not gonna stream as much because no one wants to.
Who are you impersonating right now? I don't sound like that.
Creature.
You'd have to figure out a trajectory and then figure out your losses when the deal is over and the cost of another rebuild. Right. Could you turn down 1 million? Yeah, but even 1 to 2 million, you have to think, Demetrius, if they give me that in 2 years, 2 or 3 year contract, think about where we'll be here in 5. And then think about where we could be here in 10. Do you understand? Like, I have to think long term. Like, I'm 40. Brother, I can do this for another 10 years easy. With the way I've built the content and the way I've structured it, I'm a commentator. I talk. I, like, you know what I mean? 10 years from now, I can still be doing this. No problem. Like, I enjoy it. I've got the voice and I think I've got the talent. But, and the look. But, you know what I'm saying? In 10 years, I can still do what I do. Largely, what I do is, play and commentate on games. Mostly commentate. So, I think some people are going to run and take that Facebook money because they want to get out of the industry. They want to get out. They're tired. They're aging out. They can't do it. They're not competitive enough anymore. They're not young enough. They're not energetic enough. They can't do it. 20, I can easily see myself doing this, 2031, and then at that point the residual and the consistency and the ability to just feed the machines that we've built. I can basically do it until the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? Did anybody hear that giggle when she said the look? Yeah. Take the 2 mil and invest at least half. I completely agree with you. I was just curious about how tempting a nice plump contract would be. It would be a very, very difficult decision because I'd have to talk to like a financial planner. I'd have to be like, all right, look at my kids and my house and how old I am and what could I do with this, right? What could I do with this? And then if the financial advisor was like, puts together some plan, I'm like, okay, that would be before tax. Right, if the contract's 2 mil, you're walking away with like 1.3. You're walking away with like 1.3, 1.4, which, okay, that's nice, but you gotta think long term, And you also have to think, if we build enough machines, those machines can run for years and years and years. If you think about it, like if you create really good like evergreen content, you can basically be like retired or streaming less or creating less content and your channels are still generating revenue. That's not true if you just take a big fat check from Facebook and then obliterate all of your build that you've worked on. This content is not based on the speed of your thumbs. Right, like you can't really age out of talking. It's one of the reasons I think podcasts have taken off because anybody can create a podcast. You can be ancient and do a podcast, Most of us wouldn't be able to watch you on Facebook. Oh, you got to understand something. If I went to Facebook, it would not be thinking like, oh, my audience is going to come with me. We're going to really go build over there. It would be 100% like, it would be because of the, I would tell people like, it's because of the money. Like, after everything I've lost, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was still on purple, you'd never be able to offer me enough money, ever. It wouldn't be possible to offer me enough money. It would have to be so obscene. It would have to be life-changing money like what they offered like Tim, and I was never going to be big enough to get that kind of an offer. I think there was a ceiling on like growth in Destiny. And there was also a ceiling on growth and diversification. Like, diversifying on purple was extremely difficult. Like, nobody wanted to watch you do something different than what you were sort of known for. If I would have been smart, I would have had you guys help me launch a channel called SNTR Network, and it would have housed all of the shows and had all of the emotes for all of the shows and everything else. But I didn't think that through. Like long term, maybe eventually I would have done that. That's why some of those guys were launching other channels, because that's how you get double dippers and stuff. You know what I mean? So look at your kids, now back at me. Now look at your house, now back at me. Now look at your wife. I'm not on a horse because New World doesn't have them, but my legs can move mountains. Yo, what's good, Agent Atwood? I'm good. I was trying to pop my neck. I can feel it. It's in there. So I really don't have any desire to go over there exclusively because I don't think the platform looks very good. It just doesn't look nice. I don't think their 1 billion is going to do anything, truth be told. So this person makes a living off of Facebook gaming and he has like 100 viewers. All I did was raid carries. I don't understand. They're offering, Dan, I know somebody that I know of a contract they offered somebody, and it was very nice. It was very, very nice. And they were not very big over there. They are not very big over there. They just want people on the platform streaming. That's all they want. I'm talking like annual, like $250,000 annual. I think it was like for like 3 years or something. And I went and checked the person's page, and it was just like, it wasn't a super big page. I just think they want people over there. So if you got somebody over there who's consistently streaming to 100 viewers, his contract's probably not too bad. It's probably not too bad. Now, the concern that I would have is, why didn't they renew certain people's contracts? Like, there are people that went over there, made good money, and now they're not over there anymore. Why? Like, did they burn the bridge? Did they not offer them enough? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Or did they just decide that contract was good, put me in a great spot, now I'm going to build over here, and I'm going to tuck that money away as like a nice nest egg, you know? I don't know. Because I would hate to think like, oh, I'm going over here for a year just for the money. I'll make myself and my wife a nest egg or my kids' college fund or something, and then I'll go back to YouTube. Like, I would not want to do that. You know what I mean? I pop out for an hour, now I come back. I have to choose between Madam and Lono. I thought the two were a combo package. Give me 2 mil, I'd be happy to stream to 0 people. Yeah. They didn't re-up Epic Mealtime. Yeah, they've not. They I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's possible that they pay you, and then when the contract's over, they decide based on your performance if they're going to re-up. They're like, look, we'll pay you. Throw it at the wall. Try and build it. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know. And then they decided not to re-up certain people because maybe they just underperformed. I don't know. Why the poll? Just curious. My wife was just being silly. She came down and was like, do a poll and see who will win, me or you. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee like 15 minutes ago. A bag of light roast, a cheesy donut. Thank you so much for the coffee orders today, guys. I really, really appreciate it. We've gotten 1, 2, is that 3? That's 3 coffee orders. I thought we got more today than 3, but we've gotten 3. We've gotten some new subs too. If you haven't hit the sub button, feel free to hit that sub button and hit the bell button. Set it to all so you don't miss the streams. We got a couple more streams today. And we'll be doing some more Lost Ark, and we'll be doing some From Friday. When we do From Friday and Dark Souls 3, I'll give you my thoughts on Elden Ring. Thank you. Trying to respond to all the comments on the Say No to Rage story content. Yo, Dan renewing his membership, getting that blue joystick. Thank you so much, Dan. I greatly appreciate it. Online co-op with purple integration on all platforms. What is this game called? Fury Unleashed. A roguelike action shooter. Huh. It actually looks pretty cool. Here's a code for you. Get your Fury Unleashed key. I don't know. I read Lono or Madman. My mistake. Can I put my vote for Madam instead? 2 mil and I'll retire after the contract. Nice new emotes. Can't wait for the wave emote. Yeah, we need like 20, 25 new members. Yeah. We need like 25 new members. Did you ever play Remnant from Ashes? It's like Dark Souls, but with guns. I tried it and just didn't like it. It felt really dated. You know what I mean? Fuzzy says, I just thought about this. If Facebook is 100% revenue, wouldn't that encourage viewbotting? No. It's 100% revenue on their, on subscriptions, like a paid subscription. So if somebody subscribes to their channel for anywhere between like $5 and $20, they get all of it. So they're turning the subscriptions basically into like a tip where they get all of the money, right? 2 mil, 1.4 after taxes is not enough to retire with. It might be, depending on where you live. It might be. I mean, so 1.4 million divided by 50. Yeah, that'd be tough. You'd have to do some really good investing with it. You'd have to do investing because you'd have to take half of it and like really like get really good growth investments set up so that you have some guaranteed return on it. Because that's like, 50 years from now, that's only $28,000 a year. So you'd have to make it a little bit heavier than that. No, I did not get an offer from Facebook Gaming. Yesterday, Facebook announced that they're paying like 100% to their streamers when they get like a subscriber, and then they said they're investing like $1 billion into the Facebook Gaming platform, and they're offering people some pretty healthy contracts for exclusivity. And I said I don't think I could do it. Because we're building something that would be residual and ongoing, and that's not residual and ongoing. That's a big fat payment, and then you detonate all your other growth patterns. You know what I mean? Also, but can't you just buy your own subscription so pump up your numbers? Why would you buy your own subscription? That would be putting $20 on the table and then picking it up again and being like, I found $20. If you use your own money for the subscriptions, that would literally be taking money out of your bank, handing it to Facebook, and then Facebook hands it back to you. And viewbotting doesn't work for ad revenue. There are third-party companies that have to vet the viewing numbers. So people that viewbot, the platforms know who viewbot. You know what I'm saying? If a guy is viewbotting for 2,000, bots, and he's actually only got about 400, actual viewers, then you, when that happens, they know because they're only paying based on the 400 viewers. So they're not paying that person as if there was 2,000 people watching all day, right? So it's like that's what frustrates me about that platform. It's like, who's doing it. Why don't you just vet the views, or like, I don't know. Like, can't you subtract from the live count? Isn't there a way to do that? You know what I mean? How do they know? They'll probably never say. Because if you could figure out how to trick whatever technology they use to vet the viewership, whatever technology they use, if they let you know how it worked, then the viewbot companies could navigate around it and you'd be getting paid. That would be fraud. Like, you'd literally be getting paid on fake views. So something that YouTube does is they vet the view live. So when you see a video like mine and it has like 500 views, if it's actually doing really, really well, I'll go in the background and see that it has like 1,500 views or like 1.2K views. But the public view count is behind. It's slower because they have to vet the views to make sure they're legitimate. YouTube somehow come up with a way to do that, because what people would do is they would viewbot the video so that it would spike way up in viewership, and then YouTube would label it as trending and throw it in front of a bunch of other people, and then it starts getting organic views because of the fake ones. So this is years ago. YouTube had to come up with a way to vet the viewership and make sure it's genuine before, because if not, they're going to give it a trending status and it's not really trending. This is why when our videos do really, really well, I'll look at the view count and be like, it's stuck at like 500 something. They'll freeze the public view count sometimes because they're like, what's going on with this video? And then all of a sudden, bam, it'll update and it'll look like... There are people that'll say that. They're like, this video got view-botted. It just went from 500 to like 1,500. And it's like, no, they froze the view count because they were vetting the views. I didn't know until your video last night that this person view-botted. I didn't think it was weird how he gave up streaming because he always seemed to be doing really well on Purple. Well, when you get partnered, and this is one of the things that gifted memberships has allowed some of these people to totally trick you, right? So there was a time where dudes would do it, and if they were smart about it, they'd get partnered because they'd get into the top of the directory and they'd get organic engagement, and then a non-adept person at Twitch would be like, oh yeah, let's partner this person. Their averages look great. And then they'd get partnered and they'd get like no subs. Like they'd get like no paying subs because their actual audience was like 50 people, not 250. So if you're averaging 250 viewers, but there's only actually 50 people there, your sub count's going to be weird. It's going to be like, wait a minute, your channel looked like it was doing amazing. Where's all the subs, right? So when I got partnered, my sub count was crazy strong almost immediately. Why? Because it was my views were legitimate. He got partnered, months later when they automated it, okay? And so he only got it because it was purely based off of the numbers. They were testing out affiliateship, and his raw numbers were enough. He had enough followers and enough, viewers to get partnered. Well, then he wasn't getting any subs because he didn't actually have the following that everybody thought he did. He tried to come back recently, and he clearly used a bunch of follow bots and view bots. Like every once in a while, I would like check him on Social Blade. And it's like he suddenly came back and got like this crazy injection. Like the first day he came back, I think he made a mistake. Like he got like 5,000 followers like the first day, and I was like, that's nobody gets that. What in the world? Well, when you pay these companies, they're supposed to trickle the followers. They're supposed to do it that way, because if not, somebody's gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? You literally just got 5,000 followers in like an instant, right? So it's not, somebody's asking, is it profitable? It can be. I could walk you through somebody's stats and show you how they did it, when they started doing it, and it was very provable. It was very provable, right? And he eventually got organic support and organic subs. And gifted subs enabled this individual to really hide it from people. I personally believe some people have alt accounts attached to a credit card, and they use gifted subs to basically create hype, okay? I've broken this down for people before. When you get a 70-30 split, okay, imagine every month spending, you got like, let's say you have a credit card with a 5,000 limit on it, okay? If you spend $5,000 a month gifting subs to yourself, okay, all you need to do is generate $1,500 in real subs to break even. Does that make sense? You're going to break even every month, and you're going to look like you have like a crazy, like it looks like you had like this crazy amount of sub support, right? So it artificially makes sub trains happen, and then everybody wants to be a part of what's happening. And you just keep having this one strange account just keeps going crazy, okay? Now, that strange account could be a real person that's in on it, okay? There's a Turkish politician that wants the platform investigated for money laundering, and I told you guys years ago that I thought that was happening on the platform. I thought I think people are using, there was weird stuff going on with bits, and I was like, I think they're laundering the money. You could take dirty money, cash, and buy prepaid visas and launder it through Purple, okay? And I thought the same thing about the gifting subs. I'm like, I think there's gifted subs going on. I think it's fraud. I think they're tricking people into thinking that something really cool and crazy is happening, and it's all fake. Because think about it. If you spend $5,000, you're getting 70% of it back. All you need to do is convince how do you get, hang on a second. So for every sub, 5 times 0.70, you get $3.50, okay? So $1,500 divided by $3.50. You only need about 430 people. You need 430 people to hit the button for you to break even. Do you know how easy that is to do every time a sub train's going on? You got to think about it. 5,000 subs is, $5,000 is basically 1,000 subs. And so with 1,000 subs, you can all you have to do is generate enough hype to get 430 people to push the button, and you break even. And I got to tell you, they do like the, golly, it's really complex and it's super sinister. They do a lot of like the gifted sub matching, right? You do a lot of gifted sub matching, right? So you have this alt account or this person gifting subs, and then you're matching subs, okay, using your own money, right? I did that a couple of times just to unlock emotes. I was like, I'll use my own money to do that, right? I'm getting 70% of it back. So it's a pretty good discount, right? To unlock some emotes. And I was very honest with you guys. I was like, guys, I'm going to use my own money. We're super close to another emote unlock. Like when we got to about 6,000 paying subs, I think I paid for about 250 of those, roughly. I did a couple of big batches for you guys because, I mean, when your sub count's that high, I mean, you can kind of afford it, right? And then in the middle of all of this is the organic sub count going up. Now, I have no problem with a streamer saying, I will match gifted subs. I'll match gifted subs. There's nothing wrong with that. They are being honest about it. They're letting you know that they're doing it. It's actually a really smart plan, because think about it. If 500 people do it and then you gift 500, you've made out like a bandit, and at least you're being honest with what's going on. My issue is the people that have an alt account doing it and nobody knows that it's them. Okay? Nobody knows that it's them. They're not telling you what's really going on. It's completely legitimate for a streamer to say, I will match all gifted subs today. There's nothing wrong with that. You know that they are the one doing it. Totally on the up and up and honest. I'm talking about something entirely different. It's basic fraud. Like, you're defrauding the public, and they're all convinced that they're a part of this big movement and moment, and you're the one funneling in all those gifted subs. So the minute they introduced bits, they opened themselves up to be, for money laundering. And then the minute they opened up gifted subs, they opened up the opportunity for viewbotting dishonest streamers to convince you that, oh man, my sub count's blowing up, and it really isn't. And think about it. If you're viewbotting to the top of the directory and you're getting a ton of organic people to come in and you're making it seem like some big crazy thing is happening, you're going to get organic people in the door that are like, I want to be a part of this. And over the course of doing that, think about that. If you do that over the course of 4 weeks, you only need 430 to break even. In my example of, like, if you've got like a $5,000 credit card, okay, and you're just floating that $5,000 like every month, you only need 430 people to push the button. That's like 108 people a week, right? 108 people a week. If you're streaming every single day of the week, you only need 15 people a day. That's it. That's super easy. Getting 15 people a day to push the button, I bet you that in most of these circumstances, they were turning a profit because more than 15 people a day were probably falling for it. Yo, good luck, Abe. You're going to kill it, dude. Plus with gifteds, the hype trains. Yeah, the hype trains pushed it even further. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I can't prove any of this, by the way, but I'm telling you, I'm very confident. I'm very confident it was going on. I told you guys I thought when some of that weird stuff was happening with bits, I was like, I think like some kind of laundering is going on. Like people are using the platform to clean money and you know, and the real question is, okay, if Purple has full knowledge of that, ooh-wee, you're talking about a class action the size of a country. So many people would be like, I want my money back. I supported this person for 2 years and it was all fake. It's not even about the sub revenue. It's the sponsorship deals that open themselves up. I would be curious though, Eugene, if that's a snake eating its tail, right? Wouldn't that slowly backfire on them? Like you'd get all these sponsorship deals and the sponsors would be like, man, we've worked with people your size before. Your conversion's atrocious. Like no one's buying. Do you know what I mean? Like I would feel like that would slowly backfire. Like you'd have all these sponsors and they'd be like, I don't understand. You're getting the conversion of like a teeny tiny small streamer. Like what the frick is this, bro? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know if sponsors pay that much attention. They might not. They might not even run reports and care. They'd be like, well, everybody's different. Because there are some like Instagram stars that have really, really good conversion when they promote something, and there are Instagram stars that have terrible conversion when they promote something. I saw a report once, and it was like this super, super popular chick on Instagram, tons of followers, and they ran a report on her conversions, and it was awful. Like if she promoted like a t-shirt or something, no one bought it. It was like 8 people bought it. It was absurd. So some of these sponsors might not even freaking care. They're just like, who cares? Big footprint, big reach. Everybody gets different conversions. You know, some people have very different audiences, you know, some people have very different audiences. So there's always the possibility, that they're just like, their audience is really young and non-converting, you know? A young audience won't convert. We have great conversion for our size because we have an audience that is willing to spend money. Young audiences can't, you know what I'm saying? So I remember a guy who streamed NBA 2K. He came into my stream once and he was blown away by my sub count because I was streaming to like 500 people. And he couldn't believe that I had like 1,200 subs. He's like, dude, I streamed to like 2,000 people. And he's like, I have like 500 subs maybe. He had 4 times my view count, but he had less than half my subs. You sell ad space on your channel, sponsored streams, etc. I would be really, really curious. if the person that I'm confident was doing it ever got on the bounty board. I'd be really, really curious if they ever got on the bounty board. Because Purple would never put somebody like that on the bounty board because they would be like, we cannot pay this person because the companies that agree to the bounty board, right? You just reminded me I needed to buy coffee. Yeah, man, get those coffee orders in, baby. Imagine turning around and telling Amazon that some movie or TV show that this guy promoted to 2,500 people, and then they vet the viewership and they pay you according to the viewership, and it's way less. Also, the bounty board was raw. I would end a bounty board segment on Purple, and it would automatically tell me how much money I made. It was just based off how many people were there. So the bounty board might have been only given to people that Purple knew. No, their viewership is vetted. They have like a 90% genuine view. But if you have like a 50% genuine view, you probably don't get approved for the bounty board. How was yesterday's video received so far? All of the comments have been amazing. All the comments have been very amazing. Not a single subtweet, not a single whisper about it by anybody out there. I said there was two potential outcomes. They would either just make a very brief response and just say that I'm a liar and a manipulator, or they would literally act like the videos don't exist because they don't want to draw any attention to them. They don't want anybody that follows and supports them to go and watch the most recent video, especially. They don't want that. That's like the last thing that they want. So they are all choosing the path of silence. Like, not a single person has said anything. So I'm happy with the response. I'm happy with you guys and the vibe that we were able to have. So did you read this? I made this up. I read it. It was fine. I thought it was fine, Creature. I don't know what else we would say. You know? Why does viewbotting to the top of the directory work but front page doesn't? Well, that's a really good question. So directories are a focused funnel and front page is not. So a focused funnel can be very, very good. You have to imagine that if you were suddenly at the top of the Fortnite directory because someone raided you, you would get a bunch of people to click on your channel because they'd be like, who is this person? Why? Because they clicked on Fortnite and they saw you and they're like, who is this guy? Click. Now, some of them would glide right over you. They'd be like, I'm looking for Ninja, I'm looking for Myth or whoever. But it's a focused funnel. So if you viewbot to the top of a directory, you're actually going to get clicked on. You're actually going to get views. Front page is passive nonsense, right? Front page doesn't do anything for you. Now, front page does get you a better rank in the directory, right? And that was the only reason front page was beneficial. The only time I ever navigated front page strategically, it had nothing to do with front page. It was, I want to be higher in the directory during this launch because I want more exposure, right? And so a lot of people look at front page that way and they do totally fine. Don't worry about front page. Put on a good show for people that like the game that you're playing. A lot of people would get caught up in like, oh, I'm on front page. It's like, no. Focus on the people that like the game that you're playing. Forget the fact that you're on front page. You're at the top of the directory. Now, the paid promotion thing, the boosts, the reason it's a scam is because they're charging the viewer to boost you to front page, which will inevitably boost you in the directory, okay? However, the conversions during front page and during top of directory are very, very tenuous. They're not that great. But if you viewbot consistently every day to the second or third spot in a directory, it's going to be very rhythmic, steady growth because you're just kind of always up there. And then think about it. 2 or 3 months go by and you're just one of the top of the directory people, and then you're getting very, very steady views because everyone's like, oh yeah, this is this person. But if you're only up there for 2 hours on a Friday, Also, if you spend 5,000 on subs, maybe you don't make it back immediately, but maybe now you can negotiate your split and it pays off long term. So much beyond just generating a hype train. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Excellent like ratio as well. What a bunch of sweethearts. We could have a little bit better like ratio today. We could probably climb to 300. With the viewership you got yesterday during Elden Ring trailer, I think once it comes out, you play it, it's going to be extremely good for this channel. I hope so, Cheesy. Thanks for your coffee order, by the way, a little bit ago. I called it out. I don't know if you were here, but I hope so. I think we could do some really special stuff with Elden Ring. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee, 2 dark roasts, and a Frickmas to D-Tom, my man, taking us to 4 coffee orders for the day. Are they legally required to disclose something like that, though? Shady, yes. Illegal, maybe. I believe that if you go to the public and you do not disclose that you are the one gifting the subs and the public responds to the gifted subs in a positive way and gives you money, I believe they have been defrauded. It's not really any different than the guy that sat in the wheelchair and people gave him money because they thought that he was in a wheelchair. He wasn't. He was faking. It's a form of fraud. It's no different than cooking your books so investors think you're making more money than you are. It's no different than that. You're putting forth a fake image to get money. It is illegal. It's unethical and illegal. And that's why I think Purple should be investigated, because I think Purple knows it's happening and they're not doing anything about it. Just like everything else, they just look the other way. Why? Because it's generating money. They look the other way when some big female streamer does something she shouldn't do. Why? Because she brings in money. And the sub fraud and the money laundering, it brings in money, so they look the other way. They look the other way. I'm telling you, if that company gets investigated, there's going to be so many things that come out of that. There would be so many things. You would find out what happened to me. You would find out what happened to other people that have been targeted. You would find out about, I believe there's sub fraud going on. I do. And I know they know about it. There's no way they don't. They see all the numbers, right? They know where it's coming from. The money laundering, the Viewbotting. They know about all of it. They don't do anything about it because they don't care. It generates money. That's how they justify it. Yeah, intent to deceive. That's exactly right. You can only look the other way for so long before it catches up with you. More and more people are leaving that company. In 2019 and 2020, I saw tons of people leave that company that had been there since like the beginning. And I don't know if you saw this or not. This could be totally personal and coincidental, but DJ Wheat is leaving the company in January. He announced it. A lot of people do that. Around November, they'll announce their departure. They plan to finish out the year, and then they're leaving. And I don't know. Anna left too. She left last year. When she left, I was kind of surprised. Because her and him were like the dynamic duo. They're two of the nicest people I have ever met. Super, super nice. She was one of the most generous, kind, like warm people I think I've ever met in my entire life. And he was super, super nice. He was always about believing in people and helping people, achieve their dreams. And, he gave me a shot. He gave Zeke a shot. He's just that kind of a guy. He's a super nice guy. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know, man. A lot of people leaving that company. Because the bottom of the boat's got a lot of holes in it, I think. Why would he leave the company he's so high up in? He was royalty, wasn't he? I mean, he is one of the last left. He's one of the last left. There aren't a lot of OG homies there anymore. A lot of them left in 2018 and 19 because they didn't like where things were going. And so when 2020 happened, there was like 14 ex-employees that spoke to a journalist about everything that had been going on. And then you include my story yesterday? Come on. You had people abusing their relationship with a partnership manager to get inside deals and to hurt other people. Like, you understand? If there's an actual formal discovery process and all that becomes viewable by the public, do you know how easy of a dunker it would be to sue those people? I'd be on the phone with my lawyer so fast if that stuff goes public. And then it's an easy dunker to prove it, right? He's been there a long time, has kids, who knows? I don't think, if I was putting chips on the table, I am 90% sure he's never done anything. He's not trying to avoid anything. I think he's a stand-up guy. He's trustworthy. I think he's a good person. It could literally be, I'm worn out, because he's been one of the few people out on the front lines even talking to the public about what's been going on with the music and the muting and the DMCAs. He's kind of gotten thrust into a position that I don't think he ever wanted to be in. He liked running Twitch Studios, which has nothing to do with the Purple platform and moderation. It's a separate entity. And suddenly he was having to be like the face of the platform and like fielding questions. And did you see he got real snarky the one time, and I was pretty disappointed, but he got real snarky with somebody that was being critical, but I think it started to wear on him. I don't think he wanted to wear that hat. I don't think he wanted to be out in front. He liked hosting and interviewing, but I don't think he liked being out in front representing the company. It was probably incredibly mentally taxing. So he's probably like, look, I'm out of here. I don't want to do this anymore. You got to find somebody else to be the public's whipping boy, because I don't want to be this. This is not enjoyable. So, I'm surprised they didn't rope people who benefited from Hassan into the investigation. You'd figure people would want to. Well, Ashton, do you remember? I tried to point this out to everybody. When he got fired and then the legal team reached out to me, literally that day and the week that followed, all those guys that abused their relationship with him, they were all of a sudden being nasty about Purple. The one guy was like, oh yeah, you should come over here and stream on this platform. You shouldn't be over there anymore. It's not a good platform. They suddenly were being negative about Purple. Gee, I wonder why. They were probably worried that they weren't going to get treated well by the platform ever again, because the investigation unearthed that they were conducting business unethically in the background. So they were like, why do you think the one guy wasn't offered a contract at Purple and went where he went? Why do you think that? With that size and that reach and running a conference, why do you think that he didn't land on Purple? More than likely, the Hassan investigation would be my guess. They suddenly were very negative about Purple. My video yesterday makes sense of that. It makes sense of that. It's like, why would you suddenly be putting out some narrative that like Purple's not a good platform? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Yo, thank you, Jay Stubbles. I appreciate it. Good patch for New World too, man. You guys are doing good work over there. Hopefully we can kick some of these problems in the keister and continue enjoying ourselves, because you know, we need it. Hey, somebody used the Amazon affiliate link yesterday. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate that very, very much. He had friends that would have loved to have him back. He'd have been welcomed back with open arms like Doc and Tim. Yep. Oh, yeah. Now, Ashen, if that had nothing to do with it, we already know that Facebook's offering crazy money. We know that. So it's very possible that that Purple couldn't compete. It's possible that Purple could not compete. For those that are confused, we're talking about Hassan, the Twitch partner manager. Yeah. I don't know why the queue times are so long at 10 at night. That's peak. Everybody's home from work. Kids are playing before bed, before school tomorrow. That's a peak time. They've even said that like they don't assign a server a full status based on how many people are on the server with a character. They base it off of the peak times and how long the queue times are. You should put your link in the description. Oh, you're right. I can add that to the default on the I can add that to the upload default so it ends up in the in all the descriptions, because you're right. I don't think we have that currently. It'll be there from now on. I'd wanted to use it, but I don't know where it is. That's a good word. That is a good word. Upload defaults. There we go. Now it's in there. Not do that? Plenty of people do that. Why would we not? Like, plenty of people do that. I've seen that on like tons of vids. Yeah, there's an Amazon command in Discord as well. Also true. Figured he'd want to have more long foothold, playing with buds, promoting conference. I'm drifting a conspiracy. Eugene gonna slap me good. I mean, Ashen, I can be charitable enough to say that it might have been purely about money, because the man has consistently said he wants to get out. He doesn't want to be doing it for forever. So there is certainly circumstances that might not be sinister. It's super hard for me to believe that, given everything that I know. It's like, I don't think so. I don't think Purple wanted you. You think any of these bigger cases will unravel anything that will help your story? Seeing that the Hassan investigation didn't. You have to understand something about that investigation, though, Bowl of Ketchup. They reached out to me and instructed me to send things to legal. The reason they did that is they were making sure that they were protected. They didn't want to get roped into a court case. Because if I would have had concrete evidence of what went on, if I would have had concrete evidence of the fact that really when they reached out to me, I didn't see it this way, but this is how I see it now. I think he's the one that banned me. I think somebody gave him a nudge and said, take care of this. And I think he's the one that banned me. And I think they were worried if I had proof of that, then they were going to get roped into the case of collusion with intent to harm, collusion with intent to disrupt a business. They didn't want to get roped in. So they were making sure that they were safe. Well, everything I sent them was more about the women and their claims and how they weren't true and how they all broke TOS. They all went live and totally slandered and besmirched me. They mobbed and they did call to action on Twitter. That's all against TOS. They all should have been banned for doing that. I never said or did anything for 2 weeks, and they were all brigading for me to be banned. That's against TOS. To do that against a partnered streamer, to besmirch, to lie, to slander, all of that's against TOS. They all should have been banned for doing it, and none of them were. So I sent all the documentation and the videos and everything, and they said, no, you're staying banned. Well, the reason they did that is they wanted legal to be like, are we protected here? Does this guy have enough to come after us? Can he rope us in? And when they saw that I didn't have enough to rope them in, they were like, nah, you're staying banned. I like when we're having a serious conversation, but you have to refer to somebody as a bowl of ketchup, right? So I'm convinced now, looking back with clear eyes, the reason that investigation concludes and he's fired, they're like, clean up the loose ends. Make sure Say No to Rage doesn't have any of this, because if he can prove this, we're in trouble. You're gonna have to reinstate his contract and his channel immediately, because we can't honor this guy's ban. It was done unethically, and if he can prove it, we're gonna have to reverse it. And then do a payout. They would have had to pay me for the loss and for the harm to my like the psychological harm of receiving that email. I mean, that is massive. That's traumatic. So, and you know, Eugene's probably right. Didn't really have the draw to negotiate a contract, and Facebook probably offered an extremely nice contract. We're seeing evidence of that now. We're seeing evidence that they are offering ridiculously nice contracts. You know, I'm seeing contracts offered to people that are like a fraction of his size and, you know, that don't even make sense to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so he was probably offered a very handsome deal. Think about the costs involved just in having to audit every account he had access to. Right. Yeah. I am actually surprised that my ban stuck. I actually thought after that investigation it was going to get reversed. I really did. I just don't think they wanted the PR from it. They didn't want the PR of like, oh, he's back. So they just let it sit. They just let it ride. I was too much of a lightning rod. I was too radioactive. So they were like, no, it's got to stand. It's got to stick. Okay. Not a fan of eating ketchup by the bowl with a giant spoon. Right. I wish someone who knew all the back end stuff would leak it and let the light shine. I'm really wondering what happened to the leak. Right? In and out today, busy at work. No worries, Silver Subaru. I'm like really wondering what happened to the leak. Hilly said it yesterday. Creature said it to me about a week ago. He's like, somebody showed up with a briefcase. Somebody showed up with a briefcase. That the leaker got bought and probably now works for the company on retainer or something as a consultant. You know, they probably bought him. They probably paid him very handsomely to not release the rest of it. You know, and the contract was probably going to stipulate that it wasn't going to be like a timed leak that hit 4chan and Reddit anyway. You know, I know exactly what happened to the week. Someone bought it. I think the leak was overblown. I don't know. There were data experts and analysts saying this is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this before. It was literally everything, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. I don't know. And I don't think you would bluff either. Why would you bluff? What do you gain by bluffing and saying there's going to be a phase 2? There's going to be a wave 2. What do you have to gain by that? Just leak the stuff they leaked, the payout records, and then the do not ban list, and then throw confetti in the air. Yeah, ha ha ha, we got you. Why on earth would you bluff? What do you have to gain by bluffing? Yeah, we got a wave 2 coming. What? It's not like they have like a platform or like a channel that people are going to be checking and they're able to milk it for popularity. Like, the bluff doesn't gain them anything. I think they were being honest. I think they were telling the truth. We got it all. We're going to show you. We're going to show it to you. Usually you have all these reporting requirements and they didn't have to do much. Blips again, anyone else? Why would they stagger it? Yeah, I don't know, Barrier. I don't know. That's a good question too. I don't know. Maybe they staggered it because they know in these instances you sometimes get a little money. You know what I mean? You wouldn't bluff on that you stole something that big and that valuable from Amazon. They're going to show up at your door. You wouldn't bluff that. Yeah. I don't think it was a bluff. I think they did it because they knew they might get an offer. They might either get hired or they might get paid. If you're trying to get paid, you shoot them across the bow and you say, we got this, and we got a whole lot more. You stagger it and then ransom. You ransom it. Wouldn't surprise me at all if that's why they did it, and that's why we heard literally nothing after the initial leak. Nothing. Which, obviously, I was very disappointed. I was like, holy moly. You know what I mean? I don't think they bluffed. I think someone ran with a story that wasn't true. And it circulated. Oh, that there was going to be a phase 2? I don't know. A couple of the articles I read said that the depth of the breach was so significant that couldn't have been all they got. Like, they literally got, like Creature said, someone let this person in. It was an inside job. All they had was a spreadsheet. They had way more than a spreadsheet, though, didn't they? The reports had, they had internal stuff. Sure, the one thing was a spreadsheet. Payouts was a spreadsheet. But some of the other stuff wasn't a simple spreadsheet. I thought it was like, they got internal documents. Ooh. The 4chan post was called Twitch something something part 1. They had the source code. It was 120 gigs, so it wasn't a spreadsheet. They had the code for the whole website. Yeah, it was reported it was over 120 gig. That's what I'm saying. That's not just a spreadsheet. I don't think it got overblown. I think somebody got to him. All the data they got was the equivalent of an accounting spreadsheet. That doesn't account for the 120 gig, though. Because people were saying, like, this jeopardizes the website long term. Like, people can chop up the code and do all kind of things. I thought the spreadsheet was just made by the people combing through the data. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought the same thing. What time is it? Okay. We need... Let me boot this game up. Okay, let me run upstairs really quickly before we shift gears. I've been intentionally drinking like a ton of water. I got to go refill. I got to go refill my water bottle. So, I will be right back. We're going to shift gears to Lost Ark. I will give you my first impressions on it whenever we first boot up. And so, Twitch seemed to believe that they got more than that. We all got emails saying accounts were compromised and stream keys were changed. Yeah. Now you could say that they were just covering their butt, right? But it seemed like they were taking it seriously. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Bitrate of my stream is under. Okay. I guess I was too quiet. Customize my channel. Do this, this, and this. Publish. Do this. Yo, Wheeze, I'm switching. We're switching gears. Switching to play. You guys should be able to get... Lono Madam pulls in 51 to 48. She'll be very pleased with herself. Switch to this scene. Let's see. Document. I don't need it. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Going to give you my first impressions of Lost Ark before actually diving in and playing it. If you're watching this as a past broadcast, thank you so much for doing that. Be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. I do a lot of New World coverage. I do From Software games like Dark Souls. I plan on playing Elden Ring, and we also play Lost Ark. If you came over with the redirect, we also appreciate you coming over, and thank you so much.